ya medini wo media ni mo no ene se me pa Islam ho entoma me create awareness e de ama ye man Ghana e wo enkremosomo no ho de Islam somo no betumi aye ene ne ya entumi nye se ebe ye oman yi se ebe sei oman yi se ede odo beba oman ma na ede otan beba oman mu ode nkabo mu beba oman mu ana ode entity mu beba oman mu obebu nipa ewo mu ho ban ana obe hwiti nipa ewo mu na oje oman no a baabi obetimi de oman na koduru eno ho entoma na mepa ede a kire Ghana man nyina ne yahunu no se ana ne yakenkai na yahunu wo Islam nkyere mo ne se ewo se omoje wiase nyina boso na omo ne control wiase so they are doing everything within their power se omo beji wiase na omo na control nti yensu yehunu se omo je oman na omo se omo ye oman ni ya enye ne kure se omo je oman no oman ni na omo je oman no omo aseye no isanse Islam somo no kuta enkyerechire bi a esei nipa Islam nkyerechire no good morning pa yeboa Islam nkyerechire no wo nkyerechire bi a esei nipa na enye nipa yi ema nipa bo abrabo a enye ede nipa kuo bi to ha oni amanem eteti nipa especially ema esei omo na we na me sankofa mafa to me hu so se me mehwe se me pasa nsem we se hu nyina ntoma de akere oman Ghana na ma oman Ghana ni aba ne ho so won kremosom ne ho na se de wa sha ase a ofifi wo oman ni mo no ya hwe na yatu nase na emom ye nya na amena anyini na obenya nkora bata na wo beji nwunu a wa mekata ye nso na wo ntwe amfa ye nso nti se obe pie me video so a lese wo yobi a woni wo odode ma Ghana man na wo prehwehwe Ghana enkoso ne nkabomu ene ne ba akoya ene na obe pie platform so a wo pie platform a ekuta wa agenda ne so but modern say obe support to program in anywhere wo betumi YouTube page ho nso so no edin ye the same sankofa na kora with the same profile picture ye wia ye the videos ne koto ho but modern say obe follow sa page ne nso videos ya ye ne from 2016 2015 ne mo be ne nyina no videos ne nyina ho you can follow the page and watch more videos and learn more things over there so that you'll be aware of whatever Islam somo epese woye na enra program ye no ye nkomodi mo no me bo sa asem we say so say Islam somo no enye sect ba kodea sect ne dooso na sect ne do na edooso no eye adwene no enkope adwene no enkope eni nsusu ya enye baako ewo enkyerechire Muhammad de baaye no ho no eno na ama wo mu acheche no enti eso bia ne nkyerechire ewo Islam som ne fa baabi mpacha wate ese eso bia no ne nkyerechire ewo Islam Christmas so Islam ne fa baabi na se okoto de Shiafo ali sunafo koto de Shiafo kan o msenye Islamic Shiafo koto de ali sunafo kan o msenye Islamic Tijaniafo koto de Shiafo ne Hamadiafo kan o msenye Islamic sana Hamadiafo koto de Shiafo Tijaniafo ne ali sunafo kan o msenye Islamic okay but when they are counting that 2 billion people among us no awomuye Muslims no they count all of them together so they are trying to use the sect to convince you that these people are not Muslims, these people are not real Muslims, these people are Muslims, just to convince you to believe say Islam somo no ye papa but then tesa womo kind 2 billion people no accept Islam no omu nyi Shia fo mfirim ali sunna fo enyi Shia fo mfirim figo mejo so ali sunna fo enyi Hamadia fo mfirim ali sunna fo enyi Tijaniya fo mfirim omu nyi Faija fo mfirim omu nyi any other setting mfirim enenye omu ali sunna fo nkwa na ye 2 billion no okay sana Shia fo nso nyi other setting mfirim emu omu nkwa nye 2 billion no eye omu nyina coming together no ene ye omu kuta that 2 billion followers around the globe. Enti enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Shia mu no eye Islamic. Enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Hamadiya mu no eye Islamic. Enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Tijaniya mu no eye Islamic. Enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Ali Sunna mu no eye Islamic. Enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Faija mu no eye Islamic. Enchirechire bia ubehunu wo Istanbul or whatever they call it eye Islamic. All this certain enchirechire bia ubehunu wo mu bia eye Islamic, because these things come together. This group of people come together to make 2 billion people around the globe. Now, according to Quran Surah 65, ayat number 4, kanya. If so, we are familiar to the ayah, ube tell some maybe kanya say, so we are familiar to the ayah, and so about modern say, ube kan Quran Surah 65, ayat number 4. Ema enkremufo eware nkwara. Eka awarijaya ho asem moro medase eka awarijaya ho asem na awarijaya no eka ho asem no wobetumi agyae akwara ana wobetumi agyae oba a waware no abere wu gyae oba no na onim ade kora ye friend menstruation, which is clear over there. The tafsir and the hadith around it confirm say eye infant aware enkora aware. But omo fairly in public, omo deny in public that ye omo so it is a fairly more in public intino. They confirm say na correct. And then me betcha Shia for omo teachings about their sexual pressure with the infant. Their sexual pressure with the infant. And it is a Islam somono ebe dominate wo Ghana na se Shia fo na dawson na omo konka Hamadiya konka Tijaniya konka Sunna konka Faija konka other sect no omo wo no. These are laws wo beba be ye adwuma wo manim ena saa nso na ali Sunna fo nso ebe di oman ne boso wo omo konka other sector. These are laws bi ebe ye adwuma wo manim. Okay, so maybe also the actual where one of their scholar this statement be ena ye de atom ho an was say maybe abatenka enema the actual ti wodi agina nya abotere was intercourse with a wife is forbidden before she is 9 years old. However, all other sexual pressure such as lustful touching, embracing, and tie rubbing are permitted even with a breastfeed infant. Even with a breastfeed infant. Okay. Enti in Islam, you can have a wife when you breastfeed. Okay, yeah, breastfeeding because you hadith Muhammad ko hunu akora keto bi na ye breastfeeding no o ka se akora ni nyini na wote ase a obeware no. Okay, akora ni nyini na wote ase a obeware no. Nyini na wonyina obeware no eye akora nya 9 years in Islam. It is considered akora nya 9 years woduru enfia e wo se be matimi ware no. All the sect in Jitum. Say woduru onya 9 years be matimi ware no. Enti Muhammad was talking about akora nya 9 years obeware no. Okay, but say akora no eye infant awo no mufuo ne se ukosi na siwa. According to Shia for no akora no wo se awofo ne Jitum ne se usi na siwa ana omu Jitum se ware no na se akora no wo ware no ana usi na siwa wo ji bibi firi wo nsama wa ware akora no usi akora na siwa se okondo se woni akora no beda onyanya 9 years ya yemfa ebe ma enhye akora na se nemomo no wotua nifu anakora no se wo fidi sa woni akora no beda wo betimi akwa akọji akora no wo di akora no na wo be fam akora no wo be fam akora no ana se wo be kisi no wo be touch no ana se wo be yi wo be ma na de atwitwi akora ne sere ho kopem se wo be ma no ho be ba no it is allowed. It is allowed. Make mama internet call. It is allowed in Islam, and Shia for are considered as something that they will not be ashamed of it, because almost say their prophet did not their prophet, and unlawful. Eye Umar na later obeying unlawful. So Shia of course once their prophet did not make it unlawful, they will never make it unlawful for themselves. Okay, enti obetumi etusa na mo no we nyina ya Islam nchire meske makasa asem sa o pesumu a eye the most devilish religion that has ever and ever existed within mankind, eye Islam. Eye Islam. Se we san Islam so mo sa o kopɛ som bia eye evil than Islam a wonye bi. Because only Islam and the church say ubetimi akora keto wotua nufu ano no a wo wakosidesi waso onyina obeware na abusua na tia tomu no a wo magye bibia firi ho no se wo kondo sa oni akora ne beda onyenya na yes ne de emfa ebe ma nhya na se na emomu no ubetimi akogye no na wafemfam akora no wo kisi na tafre no wayi ube ma de atwitwi akora ne sere ho kopem se wo ho beba ne ba na no kora ubetimi do ho wo be ma twitwi kopem se wo ho beba eni kwan se wonyanya na yes no wo be ma be hye na se na wo pira no eno de it is not allowed. But say any other sex bia no ewo mu bia no ubetimi ne sa akora na ye, that is Islam for you. Now mama fa nko omo men na me church wade me di ka de omo akọ omo site bi na ya hwade o ye wi a na me de wo kọ hadisi omo hadisi no ma kire wade o jina so na me kire wade wa. Okay, jensha se mfiri ha hwade we ye question na e course ewo sa Islamic site no a me sua de o no. Okay, obi busa this question about enkorankora di no and one of the scholars ma answers we no de the evidence so nti we a me kire wo ne answer na wo de man me we a baby ofa ne evidence se ne ba ina nyina me de a kire wo. Okay, enti ye hwade o say bismillah, I was asked by a brother whether or not it is true that Shiite men are allowed to drive sexual pressure from infant children and even newborn babies by fondling them or rubbing their genitals on them. I told him that I would post about this issue soon. So this post of mine is about that topic. Inti a question. Okay, a question. And a busa. Abdul, I don't speak English here. I am talking with my people. So I talk with them in my local language. Okay. Inti, if you don't understand whatever I'm saying, it is better you off yourself, because I will not speak English for you to understand and leave my people. Okay? And leave my people. If you want to understand, then learn the language of mine to understand whatever I'm saying. Thank you. Make I'm talking about. Okay. Ciao. Abusua yenton komonso enti enti eya ade a ye busa no and I was say question na ne fellow Muslim brother ebisa no wo ba be ma answers na what the evidence atoa so enti yentie say the answers ne call why okay yento aso o say Abdul Raf, I don't have your time, okay? May you focus what you may and so don't worry yourself. What's it? Let me start it again. I was asked by a brother whether or not it is true that Shia men are allowed to drive sexual pressures from infants, that is children, and even newborn babies by fondling them or rubbing their genitals on them. I told him that I will post about this issue soon. So this post of mine is about that topic. And the post now we can kind of about that topic. Was it yes? Answer yes. This is indeed permissible for Shiatin. Okay, Shiatis, but I warn my brother from the Ahlus Sunnah to not rush to condemn the Shiatis for this moral depravity, since I have looked in our own text and I could not find any rules in that work of jurisprudence of all the madhabs that forbade such behavior. Okay, it was a question na yebisa no ne kura wom na emom de obeka kire ne nuanom enkaye na aka ne say ma omo condemn Shiafo because we check Islam sources the jurisprudence no wo sources no ene wo books no including the hadith and the Quran wo hum say there is no law against it sadie other sector no doesn't need to rush. Say omo bejeji omo. Okay. Yes, we don't know why cross checking. When you Muslim by why cross checking. We hunu ye say the Shiites, they are right on doing that. Say omo be have sexual pressure with infant, they are right on that. Because what checking sources, we hunu anything biano, it is against whatever they are doing. Okay, yantuan command well. It was said, I have looked into our own text and I could not find any rules in the works of jurisprudence of all the madhabs and madhabs that forbade such behavior. And since driving sexual pressure from your wife or female slaves is generally permissible in Islam, and only sexual intercourse is prohibited before the age of maturity, typically at 9 years old. Okay, enti Islam musumono wo sexual pressure from your wife and answer you slave girl no, it is not anything haram. Okay, se akorano enya the age Islam ejitum se wadru mature age, that is 9 years in Islam. Their mature age is 9 years in Islam. So akorane was 9 years were matured enough to have sex according to Islamic teachings and their laws around this and Quran 9 years. Yentuaso. Enti akorane nya 9 years there in Islam were mature. Entina Muhammad di Aisha at the age of 9, Muslims ebo omo nsam de ma omo commission no because we di akora when deal ne mpanyim fie so 9 years enti se wo ye Ghana ni na se wo hwe Islam nim se wo beba beje Ghana aboso ohunu yi se ye mama no se na wo behunu 13 no wa 14 no wa 12 no wa wo no se na Islam tab no de ye be hwe nkora ye be hwe ase di nkora ne 9 years enti wa boro so kora 9.5 months and I said 10 years if you are not crying. What bro so 11 years no. And the facade you show tell me say in Islam, you be do back at the age of 9. Because in Islam, no, akra no nya 9 years ya wanyini Ediama womo. Papa 54 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years. Obet me a do about 1 years. Shannon so. Yanko anymore. I say, or say, and only sexual intercourse is prohibited for the age of maturity. Typically at 9 years, it appears that the act of lustful fondling and tighten infant wives may be permissible for us as well. Akora ne nyanya 9 years under 9 years and I say from 1 year, from even from 1 month, and now from 1 day korano up to 8.5 months. Okay, and now 8 years 11 months no ehwa ne de untumi mfa wo be man sha akora na mum say obe fam akora no na wanya feelings bi ube kisi akora no betafre akora no ube yi ube ma na de atwitwi akora na ma ho aba no. It is permissible in Islam. It is permissible in Islam. Okay, enti Islam sumu no edi nkwara that onyanya 9 years a yemfe be man hye na se na emom no ye de be man twitwi no de fefa no tafre akora no kisi no femfam no se de be ya ye be release free yan ho. So if we condemn the Shiites for this hideously immoral law, and it turns out that they are permissible in our faith as well. Okay, it was say ya adwene say ye be condemn Shiafo sasa abrabo no mo bono ye immoral na che say ye kasa edietia Islam mera ye kasa edietia Islam de ne mera, because in Islam no it is allowed, brother, it is allowed. Yanto aswe okay yanko yanim enti yanhwe yanto aso na yankenka what is. So if we condemn the Shiites for this hideously immoral law and it turns out that they are permissible in our faith as well, then obviously they cannot be immoral since our religion allows them. Thank you. Enti eye wo mosom eye Islam som no ena allow sadie no ena Shiites say if once our som no emera no die, we will continue to do it because Umar was anybody to make it unlawful. Our prophet did not prohibit it there. Then we are ready. We will continue doing it. And it is Islamically. So we don't need to condemn the Shiites. Okay, okay. What's it? Then obviously they cannot be immoral since our religion allows them. So we will have to walk back our previous comment to the Shiites, which might be a little embarrassing for us. So take a heed. Enti omono omakande maybe Shia no wamo subani bi wo hono, it will be embarrassing for them, but it is Islamically, whether say a how and a how no, it is Islamically, so we don't need to condemn them. Okay, remember how mama can't say me ye kremoni na dia o kekane na there be Shiites are Muslims, they are part of 2 billion people no follow Islam, so their teachings is Islamical, and whatever they are doing, it is based on the Quran. Okay, it is Quranically right, Islamically right. Okay, yanko what's it? Anyway, coming to actual issue here are the ruling of their scholar, the Ayatollah, about this topic. Okay, and the Islamic scholars, Islamic scholars, that is Ayatollahs, yeah, bekenkai omo comment ni bi ni omo hadith ni omo authentic hadith. It is allowed in Islam, in Shia. Okay, Abusua yento aso. Enti was it the most prominent Shiite scholar in the world today is Ayatollah Sistani, who reside in Najaf. This is what he also to say about this issue in his book Minhaj as Salihin in the chapter of Nika. Okay, yebekenkai later than me de no bebani yakenkai. Enti yento aso. Me de bebani yakenkai. Me yen step by step. No eto aso nti me de beba. Okay, yento aso. Was say another extremely important Shiite leader from the 20th century was Ayatollah Ruhollah, okay, Ruhollah Khomeini. You might be familiar with him due to his prominence in the late 20th century, especially due to him being the founder of current Islamic Republic of Islam. Okay, he also repeat the same ruling as above in his book Tahil al-Wasila. Okay, into what don't say kai. Okay, Mohunu scholars, the most respected scholars, the most prominent scholars, you know, Abrante ne di woman evidence ebe emphasize na wama ye the proof about it being Islamically, no, and ye no. Okay. Yento aso ne yankwan. Ese wodi yetena se na ma Muslims in this evil. What Ghana na 9 years won be this wa oba ofie no 6 years cry abefa na kwa akodi no. Nkofo we. Enti yebekenkai Tahil al-Wasila volume 2 page 343 yebekenkai. Okay. Was it issue 12 enti sa okenkai book no that is issue 12 no. It is not permissible to have sexual intercourse with one's wife before she reached 9 years in age. So it is not permissible to have sexual intercourse with one wife before she reached 9 years of age. And in Islam, said Yamaka 9 years, you know, and na yakasa akran aye matured. Be it in nikah, that is permanent marriage, or muta, temporary marriage. As for all other pleasures such as lustful touch, enti when ya akono bi amane sa wo pesa wo soso ni mo no, embracing wo femfam no, entitled, that is rubbing pe-ins, okay, pe-ins between the thighs. There is no problem in it, even if she is a suckling baby. Even if she is a suckling baby. So scholar no ne yi na wo ye ne tafsi na wo ye na sa ne hadisi na wo ma ye ni mo no. Akora no under 9 years of age, you know, you are not allowed to use your cotier to share access. Okay, under 9 years, you know, you are not allowed to use your cotier to share access. Ayesa ube prano. But there was a way and say, even so, ya kora would tria nufu anokora nese, wunya kono bi de man say, and nedia me yiri. Me pese me nene da. Inti me kwa kwa jine fru wa maame ho. Na jamede na ba be shefi na ekwan amefa so a yesom ne kire se me to me na da na me na da na me ho ba wi a me de na koma ne maame. Na wakɔgye akora no. Wokɔgye no a na de na kɔhye dem. Wo de ne kɔhye dem mo. Na wo femfam akora no. Wo tafre no, wo kisi no, na wa ma akora na da ho no wa ba na hem, no wa yu be ma wo tedua yi, na de twitwi akora no, wo di twitwi ne na ade na no, wo di twitwi na sere mo de fafa na ade na no kopem se, wo no wo ho be ba. It is allowed in Islam, and it is permissible by the scholars, by the prominent scholars of Islam, who are part of those who know Obama Islam jina ye no. They said it, not Sankofa. Yeah? Islam chile. And you may Sankofa American. I'm reading it in front of you. Okay, was it some other prominent Shiite scholars who have given the same ruling regarding driving sexual pleasures from babies are the following. Okay, I mean for one also so the end to some fanchero. No. Okay. Enti ba kunsusu nie. Thank you. Enti yentoa so na me hade. I think say the best started the affair. Okay. Enti where your book of marriage. Book of marriage, chapter 2. On the ruling of looking, touching, covering, and related matters. Book of marriage. Okay. Enti edoso. Enchechemu no omodi ada no aba no edoso. So me fa party den hiya me no ebema metum de aye me topic ameye no. Enti me mfani nyina ma ena ade ne kora no it is in Arabic. Okay, it is in Arabic. The omun translating from abrofum, but with the help of the internet, yetimi translate any kasebia de ko any kasebia upem. Ye translate Arabic and ko kasa upem. I copied the Arabic and I translate it from the Arabic to the English for you to know what is written there. Okay, so here had ye. Book of Marriage, chapter 2, on the ruling of looking, touching, covering, and related matters. Book of Marriage. Well, see, if a man consummate the marriage with his wife after she has reached the age of 9 and penetrate her, she is not forbidden to him. Okay? And no blood money is due. However, it is obligatory as a matter of precaution for him to provide for her. Okay? Enti say oyere wonya 9 years. Now kofa ne befie said the Ashe 9 enya 9 years. Muhammad kofa ne befie no. Wo oyere wasi akra na siwa. Otua nufu ano wakosi na siwa. Akra na 9 years. Wanyini Allah ne commission eje tum se wanyini. Eba ne sa kofa akra ne befie. Bomodna na fa akra ne beto. Wanya 54 years kora 56 79 100 kora na. Hwe wo nana nanim. Ne ba na hem. Ne fa obe me wura na se. Tete na homem. Enye bone mfama. Islam somo no emfobede. Prano ma moja ntuno. Enye bone mfama. Islam somo no ensi ho kwan. Dinista bi. Okay, yento aso. I say she is not forbidden to him. And no blood money is due. Okay, untua sika bia ewo ne moja. However, it is obligatory as matter of precaution for him to provide for her. Enti eba ne sa akora no obehwe no obehwe no bibia. Okay, just as if the penetration occurred before she reached 9. Just as if the penetration occurred before she reached 9. Okay, enti se wa ma akora no enya 9 o enya 9 years no na se obomodna do be ma ne ko hye na se ya, because we infant na otua nufu ano nyina no we yere no encheche ne ma kwan se wutimi kofa ne bidi no. Okay, that onyanya na ya kwan obefo wadi ni yeso nko onyana ya na wosa wo do be ma ne wura no. Enti se wa me na enya 9 na se akono bone ma wo do be ma ne wura no yankoi. Was it just as if the penetration occurred before she reached 9? If someone other than his wife penetrate her through adultery or otherwise, blood money is due, but there is no doubt that a permanent prohibition is not established. No, he is obliged to provide for her. Okay, nti se akora no enyanya 9 years no ana se even 9 years no kora wanya na mo be ma fufuru bi na akodi no akora na ba odwaman. Okay, e wo se di odi akora no e wo chi no otua blood money. And I want so wa menenya 9 years no wo ukodi no e sanse mbra na ye 9 years ansan wo di wa menenya 9 years na akodi no e wo se otua blood money. Na wo koso na wo hwa akora no. Okay, inti esra mo de bra eyesumo a yemfa ni agro na wo esum etima on kwai se di akora din krankete nkora toto fefe wa bra police nya ohe ye bedi o man so wa esra mo so na bedi o man so do ebe ka kire se di akora because ye ne control man no ye police fo nyina ye eye nkramofo omo na omo kuta esra mo mranim ku di akora no tete no paapae no obi anya wo hwe oba de wo ye nipa oba de ye nipa di no ne prepra no tete ne kora ne kunu kora firi wiase kora obi abaye wo dai we ye Islam nkyerɛkyerɛ na sɛ wo mbɔ dam asan kɔfa wo kansa asɛm we bia wo si me di watem sɛ wo mbɔ dam na wonim nyansa na sɛ nipa na wo a wo bɛbɔ saa bra we ya yento aso okay I say if someone other than yento aso issue 9, it is not permissible to abstain from having intercourse with a young wife for more than 4 months, except for a valid reason, such as hardship or harm. Okay? Enti eye chiwadie se, woyira waya kwara ketewa no. Eye chiwadie se, ube abstain from sex, ube twe free no for more than 4 months. Enti nye se, enye se esiwasie na wasi akora no twema akora ni nya 9 years o debi e was say aburu so every 3 months bia no ana every 4 months bia no kodi akora no wonya nya 9 years no a untimi ni de but wo kon ya obefa so a wona ne beda ma ho aba ayi so every 4 months bia akoje no efa ne boss abram ana se gi se bia wo be ma no wa bere ana te e bia epira bi wo ho ana akora na nya 9 years watete na homa akora na pira enti wo se wo twen ma wo revive once enti ba ne sadia you can abstain yourself from her more than 4 months but se pira bia ni ho wo be ma no so mbere ne pira bia ni ho a it is unlawful for you to abstain yourself from that akora ketwa no more than 4 months eye bone kora sa adema Allah be punish you wo be to bon samujim. Okay. See, issue number 9, it is permissible to abstain from having. It is permissible not. Okay, it is not permissible to abstain from having intercourse with a young wife or more than 4 months, except for a valid reason, such as hardship or harm, or with her consent. Okay, or if abstaining was stipulated in the marriage contract. Okay, enti ebia na weye oba okofa ne say menene bebo 2 ebia for 2 months for 3 months and for bia 4 months. Okay, enti akwara no mekosi na siwa edema na wo for say me pesa me ne akwara ne tena be 4 months. Enti after that 4 months no, it is within the law ne say woni akwara ne tena 4 months pe. Enti eba ne sadia woni right say wo say okwa akwara ne ho bio because in the marriage contract no most sign contract no ewo 4 months. Enti Islam mu no akwara keto akwara no yetimi kosi na siwa because me kondo se me ne akwara ne da. Enti yetimi kosi akwara na siwa bi abe 1 month and 2 months and 3 months and 4 months and 1 year na awofo ne gitum no mo de mawa ube di akwara no akopem se contract na ne akwara na sign. Mesi nyame betria muslim se wa asase su nyina aka se mo ka se Islam so mfiri nyankopon obo so ne asase a obetria mo ka mo be koso abre wo wiase a mo ba esa akopem se mo di beko wo mo ne masefo nyina nyankopon be na bo soro bo asase a ode sa nkwase amara wo beba ama enipa ebeke ne som na tufu no ebe bo sa abra wo mesi se nyankopon bi wo ha wo na bo soro ne asase a mo kwakofa Muhammad di mo na wode ne baye efre ni nyankopon bo so ne asase wo ho a wontua mo ka mo ne masifo nyina mo mbre sa akopim se wiase besere adesresere empa mo mu da kopim se mo di akowo mo adesresere empa mo so da kopim se mo di akowo because it is a big insult to the creator if he truly exists. It is a big insult for him to call this idiotic God no am friend Allah as the creator of the heavens and earth. Okay, was it for this ruling? For this ruling, it's not limited to permanent marriage, but also applies to temporary marriage. Okay, similarly, it is obligatory as a matter of precaution. For this ruling is not limited to those residing in home, but also applies to those traveling. Okay, enti enya emra nan se enhyehyeye a ewo homa aware a woni ne tufie nko utu kwanya because Islam sumuna control utu kwanya utu baby abedru bia utumi ware utumi ware baby abedru bia aware no ye tutu bera no ukoto se uhia o baby na ne ka no wote ase ba se me twam akọ but me bedru am kote aberem anadwi no me pesa me wo na ade kyen mato ma control so beje me se na bi oba nka se meje oba 2000 obetua sika na wa wono no wakọ nanim. It is Islamically allowed. It is Islamically lawful. The creator of the Muslims, the nonsensical creator of these Muslims, allow Muslims to bow to bra. Okay. Okay. Was it for this ruling, it is not limited to those residing in home, but also applies to those traveling. It is not permissible to prolong traveling without a legitimate excuse if it deprives the wives of her right. Okay, especially if it is not for a customary necessity, such as if it's merely for leisures of sightseeing. Okay. This is also from Tahiri Al-Wasila, volume 2, page 343. Question number 12. It is not permissible. It is not permissible to have sex intercourse with a wife before she reaches 9 years of age, whether the marriage is permanent or temporary. However, other forms of intimacy, such as touching, with desiring, embracing, and tie rubbing, are permissible, even with an infant. Okay, that is Tahil Al-Wasira, volume 2. Okay, volume 2, page 343. These are the most prominent scholars. These are the most prominent scholars who are well-known people, which are world accepted. The most. Hey, Rabbi. Ghana for mama money na ho. Ghana for mama money na ho. Ghana for mama money na ho. Me pa mo cheo. Mama money na ho Islam so money ho. Me bo mo koko. Ghana for me bo mo koko. Me sumu kuse. Me nka se mu wu a mo mfa me nko. Ghana for me bo mo kuse. Me nka se mu wu a mo mfa me nko. I am just giving you information. I am just giving you the face of Islam. What Islam can do to a nation when they become majority, when they conquer a nation, what they can do to a nation. And no kokona me de bomo. And tiesi a Ghana no Islam so no o fifi na won yuru baby ya no. Mon konkope your friend say ashiduro na mon fan hye dua bone na opesi wo fifi wo dua papa nim no wo say dua bankaye no yem pedro ne yem fan hye na se emfa asase ne so because oduru baby a na se wo begi nyunu kese a otena wo so a sister bara wo ya ho hwe a eneyi obedi wo ba otua ni fuwa no me na meka kire wo yanko yanim. Okay, when you kind, okay, when you kind sisiana yento always say so meba pane ne so sisia when ye Wasil Al-Shia, volume 20, book of Mali, chapter on what is prohibited by infinity, chapter 34, hadith number 2. Okay, the impermissibility of having sexual intercourse with a wife before she reached 9 years of age. And some are yabubosu free scholars, the prominent scholars of Shia and Ebao. And almost scholars na ye do picture toto so no they are prominent scholars no they are part of scholars omoma Islam agina ba bia agina yi no wo mo nsem wo ma confirm to be an authentic hadith o ma trade ya to ho say all the Shiites must follow no and ye can guide the no and Shia is part of Islamic sect, so it is Islamically and ye can guide no Islamically it is accepted. Okay, was it the impermissibility of having sexual intercourse with a wife before she reached 9 years of age? 3694 question 1. It is not permissible to have sexual intercourse with a wife before she reached 9 years of age. Number 1, whether she is free or slave, and whether the marriage is permanent or temporary. It is also permissible to have sexual intercourse with a slave woman, or who has been made permissible for marriage. In Islam, it is not permissible. It is not allowed to have sexual intercourse with Oyerea wonya 9 years. Okay, either aware no eya aware ebusuana gi atom eya aware motena forever, anase a marriage contract between you and another or baby, maybe ye 2-3 years be na maybe ye 2-3 days be na who didn't know call baby. It is not allowed. Sa akora nya 9 years yemfa ye be manhya nase, but the kwan ye fa so ene ne deda no ya bobo so wote e kwan wo be fa so a wone ne beda no ya bobo so ama wate ubetumi akisi no ubetumi atafre no ubetumi afemfam no na wo nya feelings ubetumi ade ne nan ba akwa to suhum na ade ba akwa to sahwam na afi ka akwa na dem finfin no where you be ma now di twitwi ano se de be ya wo beba. Okay, so that one ne it is allowed. But so do be ma be hye na se no ube pra no omo se wonya 9 years a ube pra no, but wonya 9 years ya wo di hyem kura na wo pra no a enya bone, because in Islam no 9 years no wanyini a wosu di kote. Okay, chapter 1. This is generally agreed upon several text support. Me pacha so brofo no what I say. This is generally agreed upon and several texts support it. Among them, the authentic hadith of Al-Halabi on the authority of Abu Abdullah, may police be upon him, who said, if a man marries a young girl, he should not consume the marriage until she reaches 9 years of age. And among them, the reliable hadith of, okay, I'm just a warner for you. The ambassador may be too. Okay, was it? And among them, the reliable hadith of Zuraira on the authority of Abu Jafar, may police be upon him, who said he should not consummate the marriage until she reached 9 or 10 years of age, since hesitation regarding the age limit is unreasonable. The second limit must be interpreted as preferable. Okay, until these reasons no abano, it is unreasonable. Okay, say be a over 10 years, 9 years, and after 10 years, and sana wa consummate our no, wa kofana ba ofie no, say a year no, it is not reasonable. Until omo ebobo womo dini nyina na asem na omo kan no, the most prominent scholars na anya to say it is not a reasonable. Nyansenim so ombe kan sa asem. Okay, until yentos the second limit must be interpreted as preferable. Okay, until the yebeken kan na ye okay, among them is the reliable narration of Jiyat ibn Ibrahim on the authority of Jafar, on the authority of his father, on the authority of Ali, may police be upon them, who said a girl under 10 years old should not be sexually evaluated. If this is done and she is found to be defective, then he is liable. Okay. This must be interpreted as a referring to the age being preferable or entering the age of 10, not completing it. This aligning with what has preceded it, and there are other similar tests. And you will say, among them is the reliable narration of Gita, blah, 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 blah. A girl under 10 years old should not be sexually evaluated. Or under 10 years, and 9 years, and you can say, Odo be me urano. Okay, so Odo be me urano, and if this is done and she is found to be defective, say Odo be me kurano, say, Bia uku prano, then he is liable. Let's say, why a bema. Oye bema memfan say onye papa yemfa ne sa. Okay. Yentoa so na yenhwa de. This must be interpreted as referring to the age being preferable. Okay. Enti age ya preferable no ye 9 to 10 years. 9 from 9 up to 10 years. Or entering the age of 10, not completing it. Enti nye se bia unya 9 kra na onye no 10 kra na. It is Allah say bema no bitimi de ne bema ewuraw uprawa enhwe. That's learning with what has preceded it, and there are other similar tests due to the generality of the aforementioned test. In Al-Jawahir, there is a narration of consensus on this matter from a group which is implied by the generality of some of the aforementioned tests. However, what appears from the authorities of Wasil al-Shia may the Satan of Muhammad, may his soul rest in the Satan of Muhammad. Okay, and indeed is explicitly stated in his word that, okay, mamento asway. May ya de manuosi meba panel see until woman. Now, what's the request at home? This is further clarified by the authentic hadith of Ibn Abi Yafu, narrated from Abu Abdullah, may police be upon him, who said regarding a slave girl who has not yet menstruated and has not reached the age of pregnancy, if a man buys her, there is no, okay, indeed. When it comes to slave girl, say onyanya that 10 years and 9 years na kora na say bema tinisi kan wo kotono ana obedi ne nsam say akoa saa abofra no oba no wo ya akoa no wo kenkai from top on the ba wono no anhwehwa ya da ho ane say unya de ne beduru a say wo ya akora wonya rechi that 9 10 years no, and ye man merebe 1 month pepepe from 1 month ko bia no utumi di no. Said ye ukọ ware ni fire busuyansem a anase ukọ tosre na se wa reach age of menstruation a o man the 3 months period of time. Slave girl na de enye saa na te unya to ne pa man 1 month efiri wo ko bia no utumi di no, utumi prepare when you 9 years crown so what de ultimi do be me uda na se na udin because we slave we ya boa onye nipa we ya boa onye nipa. So in Islam no emmoa ni bi de da bi achi oba in general no onye nipa e wo Islam no but we slave a wo de wonye nipa kra. Okay, yanto ayen common so na menya na memfa manunsi. Wasil al-Shia, volume 2, volume 21, Kitab al-Nikah, Abwab Nikah, al-Abdel al-Biwal, and Amma, chapter 3. Okay, Al-Wasil, volume 21, Book of Marriage, chapter on the marriage of slaves, chapter 3, hadith number 1. It was say assembly no. As for enjoying anything other than intercourse, such as looking, nti wakono boni ni nti akora no wosuade nanso wakono boni ni nti utimi kofa na betena ho na akora wo no munufuo na esanse eni kwase wo sunti no wo ba no maame ama feeding bottle se wo de mana ukoduru fi afama na akora feeding bottle hye ne no wo da mpa so na akora no ewo ne nan na pema papa panyin toto kwase am panyini na ugina na ahwa akora no na okon do na ugina wo na wo ho ba kwase afui madane mbuwe bia ye kan mo si yedi matam. Okay, was it ask for enjoying anything other than okay. Was it ask for enjoying any other than intercourse such as looking inti akora no wonya nuru 9 years usakora wonya nuru baby enti no ubetimi enjoy anything other than intercourse although be ma begura na se no aside that no any other thing bia no a married man can do to a marriage a wife no ubetumi aye such as looking, touching with desires, embracing and tie rubbing. It is permissible in all case, even with an infant girl. I repeat, for enjoying anything other than intercourse, such as looking, touching with desire, embracing, and tie rubbing, it is permissible in all case, even with an infant. This is a hadith from Muslim's book. Gentoazo. Page 3695, question number 2. If a man marries a young girl, whether in a temporary marriage or marriage of convenience, and consummate their marriage before she reaches 9 years of age, then she becomes permanently forbidden to him according to the well-known opinion, which is the more caution approach, even if she does not reach puberty. Okay, nti the thing is, akwara no wonya 9 years a yemfa ya be man hye na se ube pra no but wonya 9 years ya na se still ana na se ne nyamba e kora no na chese na so na edene wono an won pese na se be bai enti ukofa ne sa at the age of 9 years na bomodin se wodi utadua kakraka se aboa no wodi bewura na se tete no bese wonya 9 years ne dia na wodi wura na se na yehu se akora no wodi ewura na se na wo pira akora no ene aware no yebegu no because ebia na akora no tua no fu ano ebia afa no wonya 1 month ebia afa no wonya 2 days bi afa na ebia wonya 3 days bi afa na ebia wonya 2 months bi afa na ebia akora no akora woka ba be de there wo nim obedi di kora wo nim de wo ka kora na ebia wo ya ma wo kwan na wo akotua sika bi di ama maame no se etia de na Islam so no ma kwan se ubetimi akofa akora na wakofi na wone na akọ make love in a different way nesa wo ma okote ko berem kwase ya okote ko berem na ade ko tua akora na upra ne de ya ye chiwa sister bra dada mama ye begu aware no betu betimi epra no wonya 9 years a ede kora wo betimi epra no ehwo de Islam so ne mafan kwa fakote no fe wura no mama ka se me obi to aso bi ma me ni bi to aso na makopa na ne so. Okay, I'm saying my last Debbie, we say to us one son of my last one. Okay, and the last one in you heard it. May Bapan in SCC and send a request. She has a waiting period that is either that she must observe. This clearly indicates that the consideration is not her age at the time of her reaching puberty, but rather her ability to conceive and the requirement waiting period, that is istibra. Okay, nti sa enkora no at the under age of 9 no yemma wo kwan se ubedi wo mo no, cause under age of 9 no ebia na wunim na okodi na akwara ne kokwanye mo ontime nwo ability to conceive no oni ho ontime nwo Okay. Intino any kwansa akwaran was sa age no obeye. Indeed, the narration of Muhammad ibn Ismail ibn Bazi from our reader. Many Kofi Medase. Bazi from our reader. Peace may police be upon him concerning the age limit of a young girl before which a man is not required to perform istibra state if she has not reached puberty. She is to be kept free for a month. Okay. Ipacha what you say, we ye akwara, we ye slave girl, a 1 year nuru sa 9 years, you know, and once I'm na ye can. Akwara 1 year nuru 9 years as a slave girl, and once I'm na ye can. Was it indeed the narration of Muhammad ibn Ismail ibn Basi from Arida? May police be upon him concerning the age limit for a young girl before which a man is not required to perform istibra state. If she has not reached puberty, she is to be kept free for a month. I ask, even if she is 7 years old or thereabout and cannot conceive, he replied, she is young, and it does not matter if you do not perform istibra. I asked, what is the age between her and 9 years old? He replied, yes, 9 years old. The clear indicates the permissible of intercourse before she reaches 9 years of age. Okay? And we know here, and said the previous statement in the can womb, I didn't know say my father partner. When you a slave girl, wakoton, and a slave girl, when you know kumono, where you under age, when you're 9 years, what the neighbor man free time only for 1 month. If you walk on ubetim ye dino, one on a ye dina and cassa, ye found robo. And will be say, 2 person which they say akorado even under 7 years down was kola no ye betimi ana was okay ekonya wo ho once we ya slave na we ye oba no a wo betimi adi no wona de ye di no wa bra ya nwene ho kora ati ase on ye di no wa bra ya nwene ne ho okay ma wie men komo no me ba panene so ma me read the last however each chain of transmission is weak because it includes Jafar ibn, that is Inouye ibn Shadhan, the teacher of Al-Saduk. May police be upon him, and Muhammad ibn Shahdan, neither of whom has been authenticated. And we say that almost say a week at this because so when you slave girl, once her age, and that was a 9 years, I was a woodin, when you can't say woodin. Obedi won nsɛm a obetimi abet na wo de na koto na hwɛ nanim wo ba na hem na de kote twitwitwi ade ya no na akora ketewa no woda hɔ na wo hwɛ wo papa panyin toto nim panyin a wagimi panyin a wataba panyin a wasɛi panyin a woyi toto na waba akora na akora ketewa da hɔ feeling bottle tua na no wo wɔ na woyi wo be ma na de twitwi no meni asem bi aka bi me kopa ne so. This is Islamically allowed. Don't let anybody tell you say Shia are not Muslims. They are Muslims because they are part of the 2 billion followers of Islam. No, one more count, they are part of it. So don't let any Muslim tell you Shias are not Muslims. Shias are Muslims and they are recognized by the Islamic community. Ali suna fo anyi wo muntuma entrese faija fo anyi wo muntum anase tijani afo anyi wo muntum and yesa na tie dia nobody is a Muslim because all the sect, each and every sect does not recognize other sect as Muslim. Okay, so that is it. And here Israel Muslims omu 2 billion na omo kan ho asem. So omu do 2 billion there. And yet this is Islamically accepted by the Shia scholars, and they are well-known prominent scholars to Islamic jurisprudence. Thank you. Okay. Yenhwa de wa ha. Abu.
Tankofa.
Boko de.
Tankofa, good morning.
Morning, boko de. Okay. Yetio.
Misi Quran aya na uka asem sisi a osi Islamic set ni na baku Quran ni ho a or recognize ni nua se oye Muslim. Uka ana wanka.
Maka.
Aha na u prove one.
Prove no ho. Yenim say.
Because apart
Yenim
from
say.
Miba, apart from Sunnah, Miba, apart from Ali Sunnah for all the sets, Omujidi say Obia a Muslim, apart from Ali Sunnah.
Okay.
Apart from
Magiatum.
Sunnah for Nkwa and amount for free Islam.
Magiatum.
Shia or recognize Tijania. Shia Nibia recognize Ahmadiyya. Set Nina, apart from Ali Sunnah Nkwa.
Okay. Magiatum.
Adie bi wo se unima uba bisansa.
Magiatum.
Inti Quran aya na ukan Quran chapter 65 no. Se u Arabic knowledge kakra anamiboa. Se u chere English since u chere Islam no die. Na chere se the Arabic tradition no unim anamiboa.
Meni Islamic knowledge, meni Arabic knowledge biya so chere yen yetio.
Yo. Me pa
Okay,
first of all,
first of all, first of all, it's your friend says Shia for scholars no. Wamo hadith na ye kenkai no. Uji tum ana wunyintum.
Minji hadith intum.
Enye se nkomo na ye die no wuntimi ni bi.
Mami Quran aya ba kupe a eka se yenji hadith intum mami Quran aya ba kupe. Mami Quran aya ba kupe a esi uye unji hadith intum unye Muslim mami aya ba kupe a esi yenji hadith intum mami kire wade mami kire wade mami kire wade hadith book na ohunu wahu Buhari Buhari yewunu 182 years after Prophet Muhammad. Unim sa
minim sa na wo kire minti misua de afiri ho metio.
Na se usi wo kire Islam na we ni na unim usi wo kire Islam. Yewu Buhari 182 years after Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
Inti Muhammad isu ekono Quran ni ka kire ye se before Muhammad bekonu omaye aya wa Quran mu say today I have perfected the religion and you shall call it Islam. Ewa Quran. Inti the Quran perfected Islam before the death of Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
And I mean who aya biya wa Quran mu say yenji hadith intum ba kukura po eni. Inti before mini ube debate ewa hadith this woman mi aya baku Allah say yenji hadith intum.
Okay. Many bi
ubenya aya ni mami. Uni bi.
Many bi
Inti uji di say misi minji hadith indi. Waji atum.
So wo say wonye hadith ni ya meni uni problem.
Say mi point. Me see say uti mi mami aya baku a. Esi yenji hadith intuma.
Ebu wo say wonye hadith ni. Eye wo na wo say wonye hadith ni. Yewo Muslim a woje hadith ni. Enti say wo say wonye hadith ni a menye wachinye. Enti to awon kan. Enti
mimi ye Muslim ba mi di hadith ndi.
Okay, thank you. Mami Musa. Quran no a wo kan ho asam say e can say this day we have perfected your religion for you no. After how many years na Muhammad wu ye and ye compare Quran together.
Quran no mami ma aya Quran chapter 2 verse 1 miba
tie question na bi bisa
question na obisa me misa ko hadith misi minji hadith ndi usa bisa mi question wa hadith misi minji hadith ndi usa bisa mi question wa mami ma proof Quran
men kan hadith
history no ye hadith mami ma proof wa Quran mu.
Okay, yetio
Allah say, Quran chapter 2, verse 1. Allah say, Alif Lam Mim, Zalika al-kitab, la rayba fi hudan lil mutakin. Mi pacho al-kitab. Say yesi kitaba, ewa Arabic mo den. Book ye den.
Minima de kro.
Okay. Al-kitab ye book. Allah say, this book in which there is no doubt. Mi pacho book ni ye Quran and nye Quran.
Eya wona woka. Nti wo
Mi bisaw, say ade no wunim ba wo chire.
Me book kro.
Ade a wunim, ade na wo chire. Unye doctor ni ba wo wopanie.
Enti wona waba na wo chire me se me mi si minim e na wo prove a chire dom se sankofa nim.
Enti na mi chire o se Quran chapter 2 Allah chire say. Quran chapter 2 Allah chire say. Quran no na ye book dada from the time of Prophet Muhammad na ye book. Enti men bisa mi say da ben ya compile Muhammad or the Quran jai answer okoye because Allah catch say al-kitab zalika al-kitab, this book, and that book is Quran, and the Quran mentions itself more than 20 times in the Quran. Let's just say Quran answer prophet. Answer.
Okay, my question is say enti aya we no a wa quote no kire say Muhammad tiase no or my the Quran as a book completely answer no
sa na Quran no e kire.
Okay.
Sami ma verse Quran chapter 2 bien na hwe.
What we
Enti Quran chapter 65 na o kan no. Maybe say unim at Arabic tradition kakra.
Dabi
because ultimi meka say ube wopan biba ultimi nka say ube wopan ye abra unkai medicine kakra.
Ana mi Saudi wunim enti wo kire ye tie Quran sura 65 no. Best
enti maybe say akwala ewo Arabic language mu ye friend ni sen.
Minim
akwala onya nya ni menses Arabic language ye friend ni sen. Ewo Arabic
minim
ena openi oba na unim ade na uye aya no hu tafsir unim ade no ade na uye hu tafsir
enya me na me ye hu tafsir a wo scholars aye na me kenkan why it is oka se me ye hu tafsir as said ye wani ni hu so bi say
inti ubetimi akoto like
wa fa red me ba anope wa fa red na
me bisa question me bisa question ubetimi akoto
me ba asema me bisa ni ma no anope wa fa red na
ai mafa minim dia prefer ni red se usi mafa dia mafa
enti na me kenka wo scholars no tafsir la wo say eye me e na me ye tafsir no ye tiwa tuwaso
unim se mami ntire wade unim se at say yesi akwala ewo Arabic language kura unim ba u cheche Quran adentia inti ubetimi akoto chemistry book na wakan abrawan ko school na wako bi chemist shop ana na adentina wo yesi.
Okay.
Unim say it doesn't make sense. Say ubeko akoto law book na wakan wo fie na waka say we a lawyer unim sa.
What we
Okay. Akola oba wanyi oba ewo Arabic language ye friend Nisa.
Yetio
That me chira wade ena Allah Quran chapter 4 surah Nisa Allah use word bi ko cheki Arabic language biya ko cheki Arabic lexicon biya say you see the word rushdana address yesterday.
Enti wo mami musa question mami musa one question wo knowledge about Arabic wo a woti we na wo ne me kasa yi no narrage ewo Arabic language mu e chen Ajilalin ni narrage ewo Arabic language mu ana wo narrage about Arabic language e che Ibn Abbas were the cousin of prophet no na otiase wa bra wo prophet no ho no wo Arabic narrage no e wo nimu che Ibn Abbas na wo Arabic language no wo nimu die wo mu no wodwane oko ubedwane oko ego fere ya no hu asiro ya wo se okay odi yam koswe ohene ba question want to me answer enti wadwane e dia kwhye se onye hadith ni aha on to me answer question no enti wadwane akwhye se onye hadith entum
Sankofa na ayeko wadwane because questions ananka me de be taro no ma choro ha say Muhammad no osi Muhammad the book ni ma my answer no. When was the Quran written?
Sir, this book no aya no nya ba ko pe ne wo Quran ni mu.
There be minim sa na Quran ankasa no papa ne wi.
Even surah 2 Quran no. Sa alif lam mim. This book no even Quran it is written in the same Quran. So when an ayah Emma specific said this book it is talking about a chapter no any and some no all bekan one it doesn't apply to the whole context of the Quran. Enti dia waya ne hoya mesere.
So question now what's the question when me answer o. Breben e chiro Quran when me answer. This book no. Met me amana ayas bebrebe wo Quran nim. So why should it be like aya we dey yanya this book wo that certain ayah you can't this book. Ayah where you book, but a certain ayah you can't this book. You can say this book, you must specific of a certain chapter of the Quran. And a chapter of the Quran is also book. Untumin kase, you can say. Untumin kase, let's take it say Quran Surah 2 Quran Surah 2 Saka se o tron wo book we se mu enkom Quran Surah 2 kwa kasa wo twen we se mu book we se mu enkom enti Quran Surah 2 kwa na eye book what you say enti these people no yankrofobia they are so funny when I meet them I watch them say na me sere enti me bu san say wo wie no questions ananka me be bu san wo be kan Arabic narrage. Wo Ghana ni no. Wo Arabic narrage ni wo ni mu che Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, who lived with Muhammad. Wo Arabic narrage ni wo ni mu che Ibn Kathir, e wo ni mu che Ajilalin, e wo ni mu che the scholars no, the scholars no Islamic nation, the whole Islamic nation ni je wo mutumu no. Wo Arabic narrage ni wo ni mu che. So we should accept what you are saying and dump whatever they are saying. I say, na enya omo bra enya omo esra musomo no de am se wasaba okay yan radi abu
Sankofa
who done ya na say network and ethical
there be me network no me TikTok me wato go nti
okay enti gina so na me musa question wo enti gina so na musa question
won say Sankofa e ya brɛ
gina so na me busa question me ba na me busa question na wo see for
Ibn Abbas on live with prophet usi Ibn Abbas oni Muhammad me ba who ka sem se sia usi Ibn Abbas oni prophet Muhammad live here why na ka kire usa Ibn Abbas ohum Muhammad wahi.
Hey. Wono say when you had this in Tumuti, there is no need to argue with you.
Oya Hamadiana so oya Hamadiana.
Ibn Abbas.
Oya Hamadiana.
Enti me busa osade we. Se mitima o hadisa, wo komusheni Muhammad. Ebo mpa yama Ibn Abbas say Allah ema ni nimudie wo Quran nchire mu nche any other scholar around the Quran no wo be jatuma na wonyintum
Sanko so no onye hadith ntum.
Wo
dia meba e don't na make chance so wonye hadith ni nti won kana no ntum wo se wonye hadith ni nti kan no tum because ye wo hadith e confirm say tie nyansa no ye wo hadith e confirm say wo komisheni Muhammad e bompa ye ma Ibn Abbas say Allah mani Quran ni mu nchire mu nyansa nche obia wo se wonye hadith nti
let me see confirm hadith nu confirm hadith nu e wo Quran mu maye confirm hadith e wo Quran mu Gabi
okay
se Quran nu ka say yenji hadith nko who dey confirm maye bisa
me ba mamusa one question me musa one question okay me question na me bisa say aya bia metumi dia aya bia me de be ma wo Quran ni mu bia e na wo betumi ama ye proof e wo Quran ni mu ana
sesen miti ase
okay aya bia e wo Quran ni mu no e na ye penin kire mu a wo betumi de Quran na sa kire mama ya nana
yeah Quran na nkasa e kire ni hu Quran ni ye outside Quran
okay enti se me ma Quran meba enti se me ma Quran aya wo betumi de Quran na nkasa a kire yen die Quran e kan ho asem no
me twelve.
Okay. The other day, me now kind the same ayah no. Me sad the same ayah na amount. Quran surah 18 me kwa kofa. Me kwa kofa the same ayah na diaba. Me pese me nya proof. Every sa Quran nim na ye hunu komisheni kura anase sa nipa kro no ala asoma no oba beka ana okura de mami kofa your friend say the 73 personal ayah na mra gina so na me famra
mami chire wade miba mami chire wade miba mami bia wani ansama ade no woni ade watina makaranta da mami chire wade kofa bra wo de mami chire wade ansa
the question
min ka se men kofa mami chire wade
wo the Quran na be
mami chire wade
wa na wo chire
Who tie me Quran nu enya book a ebubo amanfo din miba Quran nu Prophet Muhammad a odi Quran nu ba ni mami din Quran mu unim sa Quran nu amba enya book a
na ne mame ni din ye de ba Quran mu wonu nu tutu bra no boy de wu Muhammad oye de ni din ba Quran Oba ba kope na dini be mu oba ba kope na dini be mu which is Isa Mama Maria because Quran say na oye ni pa kono nti wono nko na dini be mu okay but
why na ka tell baba mi ba won say unim Quran why na ka tell say oba ba kope na dini ba Quran mu
okay
why na ka tell
my any oba ba ko ni dini wo Quran mu ni hadi
Faro yiri ni dini wo Quran mu
ya frani say Prove facture yetio.
Miba, sanko ba.
My aya no.
Miba, aya tubwe miba. Sanko fa. Unim dia friend pronoun. Miba, unim dia friend pronoun. Unim pronoun. So unim pronoun.
Dabi, manko school ntimi nim.
Unim pronoun.
Dabi.
Arabic language ye friend domir. Unim domir. Miba. Me chire wade
Dabi wo de me
won say dia wagimi e na obetina se chire na ade because one tina class obi a one tina class o chire ade unim ye wo pronoun se mi ka se sonkofa wu a se mi ka se wu se mi ni ukasa mami ma example e wo Quran mu tama Allah ka se wa iskala Allah ya Isa ini mima Quran mima verse Quran mima example tubu biba
mama kan sa mun kirawo me jimi hutum se me jimi se de wo kan nti jimi fo nko na
me kan sa wu na wa jimi o me kan sa wu na wa jimi
fo de tie wo
jimi fo na betina si se betina na de
me bo me nyimi ya jimi fo ye de tie me
wo jimi ye ba de obetie o se tire na de onu na wa jimi because what na class
wona wa ba wonnimu nyansa che omo tie me no e na wa
na se mi manko doctor na se mi nya doctor na mi nya doctor na mi betina se ye wo mi pani a mi jimi ye
enti tie komo na me no die no wo say aside Isa maame Mariam dini no apie wo Quran yenya oba foforo bi ne dini pie Quran nim eno de ye ka ho asem fa
enemy catch you say unim pronoun
wan ya mesi for mo wan fa aya no ba mesi for mo
na o see me for ma ade se mamba platform so ndidi ana
Sakofa won say we oba say obejimi o.
Oba say obejimi
Oba say obejimi.
Edo oba say obejimi. Wo say ya
oba say obejimi ntino. O say nkwase asem kwa nka question back kwa odi ka busan which was very sensitive and very very impact on you know. O say Quran why Briben ye compile Quran wentime yi no. Ano ne namwa.
Ontime answer sensible question
because ontime answer question o so be di atem say ya ye tie sankofa ne ye jimi for.
Who beka obi a one ten school them what scholars said na more or preaching about the Bible no why in the ten Sunday school them sing Bible
why in the obi ni wa wasuan so obo beka bi obo beka pronoun ne now ne adjective ne subject omo dey no musuan Bible no about pronouns and nouns and
wo eba won kwase asom no dia ene wo defend say wo somo dia wo bi antena school dem a ontumi nkyerɛkyerɛ but eba wo bi somo dia school dem wan ko school dem a wo betumi akyerɛkyerɛ wo be kanyansa obi a wo frɛ Muhammad say holy prophet
ai
ya na me wure kora
obi odidi nkwala no oye holy obi odi na se yere adopted son no wadi ne ba no ono oye holy otumi kum obi edi ne yere da no a
wo be kanyansa asem
obi otimi kum obi di ne yere danoa
enya ofo
otimi ko di efun kwa ya de ya kosie no kra otimi ko nyane ne otimi ko tufun no ko di saa nipa no otisi so e holy
Islam nkyerɛkyerɛ ɛna ama ne Shiafo gitum sɛ yenni akora ketewa wotua nifu ano Muhammad nkwase akyerɛkyerɛ a wode ba ɛne ne nkwase nyame a wode ba ye ɛne ne jimi nkyerɛkyerɛ a wode ba na ama ne Shiafo di nkora totofefe o mutua nifu ano
ma de wa ba den kasabi
Sagoma. Like so I know we do here. See, there is no Pharaoh wife ever Quranim. He's a liar.
What on said? Ebini ho.
He's a liar. Hey, the guy is a liar.
Ya ka say sa waka pronoun na asem no wo be make ene ya wo kan say wo kan ene ye benya ye frɛ ne say Aisha and Hafsa kora ho asem wo kro.
Yes.
But their name wasn't mentioned.
It wasn't mentioned.
Ubenya Zaid yeri Zainab. But their name wasn't mentioned. The only woman and it didn't was mentioned in the Quran was Mary, mother of Isa. That's all.
Asa.
Even Mary and Mama Quran need not make Quran.
Daddy. You say, say the Quran explains itself like it's complete. It's self. What I say, it's a whole. But you see, it is a lie because I'm not sure I'm with me. Because now the question was too much, so I'm not sure hadith to support the Quran. And both sides, you know, when it comes to both sides, they are. Hold on,
okay, no problem. Happy that in patriotic. What call there?
Yeah, pardon. Now, why?
Me who order pa.
Good. Now, only must say, even Mariam and Omubo ni dinya, omo adwene say, Yesu mame Mary no, crampo no. Omo confuse no with Miriam, Old Testament moa.
Enye Yesu mame wono no ye frɛ Isa ne mame nti ye Aaron nua ba.
Vano. Omo confuse Yesu mame with.
Ena ne ba ne Isa na wo ko no.
Yes.
Enye Yesu no a Christopher ni kita no. Nti ne wo ye two different.
They confuse it. The Quran is just a confused book of literature. Omo de ba wi ase. The Quran is a confused book. Entina Solomon Rushdie can say a satanic verses no. Omantia say I no mo kopena kunu no. So we say Pharaoh yiri din wo Quran mu ka kire ene a afere odi na pronoun. Oni pronoun. Afere west form.
Ahmadiyafo no bro Ahmadiyafo no Ahmadiyafo no mo ba omo ye omo ho say their intellect. Omo say omo nimade they can speak English, they come with pronouns and those things. You see, Muslims make sense than one. Muslims need to argue hand in hand kakra omutimi konyansa
because
now Ahmadiyya for no
some
omajimi sin obia omajimi sin kramo sector ne nyina
Me say omo hadith too when the hadith favors them.
favors them. Okay, to the
Yes.
selective.
And when it comes to teachings like this, omo your friends say hadith, they don't agree with it totally. And when they come, they will reject it. But at times they will come and then prove you with the hadith. And then I say, there were so many verses in the Quran. Okay, so many verses in the Quran. Without the hadith, without the tafsir, so me to me ama verses bebrebe a wono na nkasa kora me busa no ontumi hunu yenti a aya no baaye unless say wakoko kind the tafsir and the hadith and sana wotumi akirem rekoba say shiafo ama wo side of the story of Islam ekwanya Muhammad fa so a wagimi wo madane mbo a panyin toto timi fambo with akoraketo a wotua dufo anu timi yi ne be ma didwim ne ba no ma na ho ba
Emma Kransa owiase emansa owiase ma bebre na owiase from 15 upwards bebre we say ketwa na ekwan ni ne ho no na say enya ritual na odi saa de ne ye afavor God bi oti Arab mamu a anka wo badwene se saa de we enyansa.
Yes, serious because we don't go for money,
Jimmy, come on.
Serious, me Jones and Tias here.
Onim pronoun, nim subject, nim predicate. No abaha be defending kwasi asem we so wako.
Who keke?
Jimmy, I go there understand.
Dam bra, dam. Islam so many.
Debio, oka say dam a me no nya Jimmy ankasa. Jimmy, dam nko na Jimmy nko.
Me believe it say.
Dam de Jimmy sa Jimmy.
All the Quran, all the Muslims are pedophiles, selfish, wicked. That's what I see them.
Michamo. I do call me say I quite also because you see
what sending request but oba ya who make it claim for aya bra who betre pronoun antonoun senior name ne de kan kwati ha na who betre bo school e
ka also an compare also chire also an chire baby a Quran mu on chire baby a Quran mu o ka say obi nya Sunni obi nya Shia obi nya we mu no on chire sa first verse so my
that's the thing
Jano on timi improve he onifi obe prove na eye oba hakekesi obe jimi nti ya man kwan me na jimi kakra
obe jimi na me ka kire so oro ka kire se ya ye ti o na jimi nti na me ka kire so no oba ha so no so be jimi
unim se
o sham me patrick yo
unim se aba no Quran mu aba Islam sa
na me pache wo
Islam we first sa infantin kremo for no sa Ahmadiyya for no omo
me ba my new guest no who sham patrick
sanko fa me new aha de bia na me hyase ho tie mu unim medical one time I joined the show me say religious groups in the world any religious person bia no na dwen ya den ya hijack it stresses o mo ba ha nyabotremo mo no mo exhibit all their ignorances na nenya all the necessary points about den we dey bebusa o mo ntino me ni ami work no by the way money eduma
aya semu nyabetel meba sama said another one do ha yentie wonu so na
hello
yes
yeah
bokode
ni pa jo me ho ye pa na mo nso
ye ho odene pa me pa chawo ye tio
de me so kan nyina so nyame so nhira mo no munwuma pa mo ye na yeah me di manitu fo mu ne se edua edi emfi bibiri edi achia
amaka
so ode one day pe betre na ya na edene pa na nyankopon so mwa mo so no nkoso a yamoa na de mo bia nso enye kama na obi ba moma de ka mesire apatwo ne se ka obi ba no that bibi ede ba ma momfi no na momfa no kore no mfa ma no ope ompi obefa e by force nti de mo kan na no
me das
yeah
I think also the problem is that when you ask some question to me answer, then they result in insult.
yeah
All of them. They share many of them. They will insult you because
eba ne sa menya me ho abotre de ama wa na mato me bo ase ama wa na wi a me busa question na me de aloke ebia ne
yes,
say me pokan say yeni oba bia ne ho ani dini wo kro en ma apart from isa ma me ono ne ka pen say mi nim kro en mu me say da bia me tro sa challenge we mo ye mema sankofa platform is allowed inbox me na me no mi no yam fix debate ni metna and ka
they all lose. Omu lose. Who there? We God logic every year. We this guy. There's this guy. This famous Muslim guy. God logic.
Utilaya.
And you Utidaya. This guy. The jab. Muhammad the jab.
Muhammad the jab. Okay.
Or what request my deleted video because he embarrassed him. It was bad. And on one kasa bien and say it should be recorded. Oh, we are not reporting the video because it was so bad. It was so embarrassing. What you say? The truth is there. Oh, you did that. So I call her. Muhammad Jabi is serious. Now who did that?
Yes, true. Yeah.
Me cheap by 5 years.
Muhammad Dijab, I'm saying UK.
Oh, UK guy. Okay, that 5
UK.
PhD guy. Okay, that 5 degrees, 5 doctorate degree. Be our own post school. Yes, what is serious? Yeah, useless. What I say, and that's the reason why. That's why the reason why Omun person Shia will be our own knowledge in the Quran. Obey debate. They don't want God Logic, IP, Sam Shamoun, and other ones. They don't want to meet them. Now Sam Shamoun is the West. Obian to meet Jenny, and Wafre Ngofosa they are running. What I say because Obama points, and he knows the Hadith, the Kitab, everything. When you start asking questions, you know where you finish.
Can go catch a correctional officer say Omra me debate me. Why? Oh, the all catch and say Omra no me debate me. And you na me catch and say me be debating me ni sa town. Or no na wo fun say me ma say ma me kan ni mu na wo true challenge you know debate me me kan challenge baby asa na say ma wo kan ni. Wo church Isra na me so me church Isra. It's wo feel say me ma say ma me kan ni mu. Na say wo ni mu cha me adan Omra. Na o me debate. Maybe say Shia bi. Edmond me patriote you. Na wo nye Muslim ana. Ken wo nye Muslim ana.
Openi.
Boko die. Na edine kuta na kura enkwase edine Ken Abdallah. Wo hina wo say slave. O hina wo say akoa. Ana ye ka wo hina wonte ye ka Ken na wonte ase na ye ka Abdallah wonte ase. And go for the mental problem seriously. Edmond me patriote you.
Okay, Openi, in fact, kakra mbeza me kana say.
47 Kenny Abema.
One say Muslim for no. Hello.
Me patriote you.
I'm say me line it. I say Muslim for no omo small problem. Any say omo studies. Ade ba ko ma ho omo no say omo obi a Muslim ni say obe na adwene say me ye deep bia research about me am soma. Omo in person no money ye. Ni omo ni man say omo ye Muslim for omo come mu ska omo see omo practice omo to me fight here question there about the religion.
It's not so much share the into who said they are old ban a new thing to them. So they will attack you. Sanity. But sen ka obetimi anya abotena ka ye nyina ya ba fom na ya sua obi emma me attack obi abeti ne ho ase say e ya desua na ya sua wo ho na say obi ko be fa de to ne ho so say ma me sua de emfa de we ho na me kyerɛkyerɛ no enye easy enya de ketewa so be benya time afa obi soma to no say o sua be hu no kura wo na ba bie ni pa ani no enye easy say enye easy to do that. What you say and obi asori a odwene obedi ho odwene daache ho ba obi di we aye no na adwuma say na mekyerɛ no kura wom na daache bi nso wanya nkwagye a wotu se da bi unti ase spending obi be attack wa men feel omo just continue being and do your teachings or not can be tie what you say na kwa be kan say ye aye tie onu ye sebi o ye
me ni omo time ohene
oh
me ni omo time
send akwa be kan say
the past 10
akwa be kan say
10 years ago omo start sabi me ni omo time para
oh
ye wo focus yeah, we focus on the
just and Muslim for founder of that sorry no na Muhammad na oyakwa ema rom ni angel hwan obema na sa kra osom as a servant osom as a servant no some sa pagan worship ni bi or some sa pagan worship ni bi da enti Muhammad no so atene ho no so atene som sa na yiko yeye because no so person onya so mfaso enye se enye di mo som ne o mo use rose ni we you know the same thing because say ono so atene ho ono so use different way of worshiping ono so di tax bar dia ba ono so di ye ne nioma the same thing it Muslim for no kind of ushia di nti no mu nim hwe mu hwe
the topic and then topic and kasa na akọ wo ho rough and that topic and hey atito rough Allah
Islam na programming oh ade ba ko no say what the program to her everybody follows enti wo say omo yan kwala de mo ko makaranta ye mo endwen they think for them what you say they think for them omo dwema nkwala no enti nkwala no ono be you know to me fa ono akasa na adwen de yakato ni trim no eno nko a de wo ni trim enti for you to help NASA for him to relearn something new na eyeden because everything in collaboration one me say Bible no ka say yentin collaborate no munyo menyampa so that's how the whole thing and you know say Islam no, they took from the Bible and different books book of Barnabas Christians are disprove so many years they are still on it say and a book of Barnabas and then the book of Barnabas shows say Christ no way na nyame yini if you want to do be sure and that's what they put in their Quran what they are saying so they don't and Muhammad Quran say they shouldn't ask questions so can you imagine in the same you what that Muslim ni what that na obofo ba udream mu na oni obofo na you cannot ask the obofo the question say ufi nyame ana afi abonsa like who does that because of and one thing that I find is recitation I always ask them question me pacho say what property ah now person jama umba me pacho what one be kan na be chiro Rebecca so be jama umba me pacho
omo from na ala na chiro me say the omo nche property o if you want the property one kere
I'm just making a statement say I just wanted to understand say recitation is not powerful like something written down. It is a Muhammad that recite any Quran. It is nonsense because you can't baby cross it in baby crime ponchery. In ponchery verses. Can you imagine? In ponchio.
man how na Muhammad na yera confirm say wo bo dam ntini nsem bebrebe na ya bodam
can you imagine? Obi otu nesum die say or imagine say onu obi da. Like who does that?
Ono enye da yo. Eye dam no wo bo yo. Ye tu na du.
Yes.
Nti ye di 3 minutes am say na ho ade bi akọhye
Yes.
Aha. And the 2 on ye to no. And a born
a whole prophet went to me and overcome this
Inti
ego trip.
ayana inti ayana nkramofo na ankasa no mo dwene.
And I'm say ya dream
Omo dwene.
Omo ye ka adwene omo
Because sometimes aya omo kan Quran pa.
ye ka adwene omo ni ma de ko.
Because prophet amudi nachi of our bar onu ankasa ne step yi ofa no prophet obi ne yire yenya asem a even ko wan hwehwe asem ne Quran po no obua ne tra prophet awon wotimi echa busumi you know eti we pa ye ka kire hwan na wodi nipa we echi se wo ye prophet a wo ba wanka prophecy ba ko Quran po e wo wiase wo so ye prophet jimi sa na wodi di echi wonim so wo ye conquer Adabita nya onim ejini na ne kasa e wonim say prophet Muhammad an kasa no oy idol worshipper no so bosom ade the no kura woman no edi adentina baabi ya na abosom 366 wo no 361 ehwa no ode sa you know botan ekosi ye bosom na me nim de enti enkramofo me he ya se no krepa se enkwaje wo ho a enkramofo omuni nkwaje wo obie ni obenya because osom na nkasa no osom ne kire se unyankwa na wo kwaso akofa 72 virgins wagimi abofo dodo se na omadi virgins
that you
24
72 virgins o meslo obema bako
na wo nipa
72 virgins
why na wo free so abeka cho say e ma dodo say na wasoro why na wo free so abeka cho say e ma dodo say
contradiction so mo
awra ho sam kora ne se e ma no emu mienu de eye nhwehwe ma
timi kwa
ansa na obehunu ketokuro ndi za wo sha ne ntade be 100
can you imagine
jim omo ye talitabis
se omo ye transparent
no mo sell
Sebema ba ko benya
no mo jimi nko no omo tete nkwada no omo wo jimi nko a
enu ntina
ka wose ni atem na wo di sa wo so kwase
ti enu ntina omo kote no enyo no ye be mo omo kote e be gina sa because ama no ala be hye da create omo special no omo ye transparent enti wo hunu ni twetokuro no wo de wo kote ne be wo ohunu enti ko wura tokuro ma no wadi because answer na according to hadith no answer na ube hunu no physical this a wo hye ne ntade ma ko 70 answer na wo hunu na appearance enti imagine say
ado mo ye cartoons ana
wo ye transparent according to the Quran wo ye transparent
ana me bisa say ko ye ka tio wo ye ni pa we transparent wo ye cartoons ana because any paper no we transparent was asiso edi nyamo ko nipa no obo
omo have no omo de mo body no eko
ego me pa
enyo mo so no mo de ko omo de mo body na eko heaven
oben foro bra na me improve no ko e interest omo nye transparent oben foro bra bebu sam say
transparent
bema betumi tu san no akọ landen ba so
nipa na wo ko dikura tokuro na no so di wura da ni mu a da na de wura ba da wo so ne da na wo ne omo ne on be
me ba me say oben na ba me ba oben mix
wait
o se dia na yentro me ma se ma me kan na yentro na se Muhammad asa na yentro
me ba
wo twitwire o sin tu dia ni tu ho anto wai yentro ayen komo so
say your Ghana has it on Bibiani you have to respect and tolerate each other's view
there be no asem na me ba oben
you can criticize
no asem
respect ne intolerance wasem ye ka wa
oben wo si mi kan to bi ento nti na oba na so obetufo
the omo kana
wo si mi kan to
the omo kan road draw and I just
talking about enti emu dia na yentro kire me ba kokora me kan yentro
abrante osom ne dwene wo ye ni pa dwene
come in me pato nya abotere oben me mpe futu me pato oben enya futu nti na wo bae asema me kan ye yentro no point kire me na ke se me improve ma wa
na man ye transparent in what we prove no
Okay, enti me kofa aya na ba na wo wakin kan wa chire mama ye why. Jina so me fa aya na ba. No wakin kan wa chire mama ye. Me pa cha obi nkasa na me fa aya na me no why. Okay.
Obey, you see, respect ne when out.
You shouldn't go direct insulting. You shouldn't go that because nobody can stand somewhere and tell Christians that Christians are foolish. No,
because when you insult Christians, we don't mind. Listen. When you insult a Christian, we don't mind. We don't go for Jesus. We don't even care. But we are Muhammad.
Jesus. Why
let me tell you something. When Lebanon, edgy Muslims. It's no mukro because you're Pamo Mufi. Is it Oman or Jordan? Because no Lebanon for edgy or Motina. I will say, oh, if they respected Lebanon, that they will not do coup and kill the leaders of Lebanon and take control of Lebanon. Lebanon, one of the most corrupt and dangerous countries in the world.
Like this, when you are saying something like
and I have proof. Yes. And I have proof. I can give you the link. We'll go and read. Everything is online. Thank God for internet.
Oh, listen. You can just
take it. You did the same thing.
Now, Osuma will get you. Osuma get you. Asumge don't learn.
Listen.
Osuma get you. Asumge. And then now, who say? Osuma catch us say, kumobia. Onu nijide ba kunya sabe ni wo kumobi
you see you are just
Nigeria konso ayantro
asebe na
ayantro Jenny as a human being they will say Osuma will leader e ware akura wadi 6 years odi 9 years on die okoka obe defend it.
You see,
because
of
think as a human being. Think as a human being.
Listen, some of you are saying
lack of knowledge. Do you know my pedigree?
Do you know my pedigree? She was 6 years.
Learned
so ask yourself
history. I know Muhammad more than you do.
Wow.
What I said here, you don't learn.
Oh, we know Muhammad. We know Muhammad.
I've learned history.
Yes.
In my senior university, I hold masters. What are you talking about lack of knowledge? What do you know? Where have you been?
You know
what have you read?
It's total illiteracy in the Quran.
I knew Muhammad passed
about Islam. You do not know anything about Islam.
If you know, before everything can be confirmed historically, the person's life living is there. The Quran is a written book from a very criminal man called Muhammad.
Because he was the first person.
Quran and your book I will create here. As a human being, as a human being, and stop
Muslim.
Defending what cannot be defended.
Come to
remove themselves.
They are pouring too much. They refuse to think.
Come to
So you can't just say that your friends saying Muslims are killing people, and why are you proof? And in Islam, do you know how the war and certain things?
You know that you are a big liar. That is how you
come to Obin, please, can you prove in the Quran where Muhammad got enemies and want to war against them?
Listen, let me just give you a summary about how.
No. I say I won't prove where Muhammad, a country came to Muhammad as enemies and he fought them.
So where he got enemies was when they were in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabians, they had no leader. When Ishmael died, a lot of prophets came and they died. They had no leader.
Hold on.
Worshipping idols.
Give the proof that Ishmael was a Muslim.
Listen, saying
where is the record that Ishmael was a where?
Listen, the word Muslim, Muslim. It's an Arabic word which translates in English as submission to God.
Please, can you be a Muslim? Can you be a Muslim without the Quran? Can you be a Muslim without the Quran?
Why can't you? The Quran is
can
just
you be a Muslim without the Quran?
The Quran is just a manual which guides you.
Oh, so now the Quran is just a manual.
I read the Bible. I read
you
the
said
Quran.
Wait. You said the Quran is just a manual. That's good.
A manual which guides you.
You say it's just a manual that guides you. So it's not the word of God.
Rich,
So it's not the word from Allah.
Rich,
It's a word from Allah,
Rich,
and He's guiding you. Listen,
Rich.
if your mother advises you, do that mean that you are a son? You are a son of your mother, or you are not a son of your mother?
Obey, you just contradicted
No,
yourself. You
listen,
said it
I'm
is
not
just a
contradicting
guide.
myself. You are not getting my point.
It's
You
not
are not
from
getting
Allah.
my point. You are not getting my point. This is not about the word coming from Allah. This one is about simple logic. Listen, if your mother advises you, are you a child of your mother or not? Or you are not a child of your mother? No. Let him answer me. Let him answer me. If your mother advises you, no. Wait. If your mother advises you, are you a child from your mother or you are not a child from your mother? So you can't tell me that since I'm saying the Quran is a manual which directs you, doesn't mean that the Quran is not from God.
What was he? Enti yen to ayen komo so. Me kan asem bi e na say asem no nya no kore. Okay. So according to the Quran no, Muhammad na ma yate ase say Allah be ware amam wo heaven ho. Asa emma no. Quran na to mudni Horis or Horiyin. That is the Arabic word that the friend. Okay. So I men can say the transparent, a manner yet transparent, it was rather in a hadith, but not in the Quran. Okay.
So
because my kind
so when we are doing something, when you are saying something which is very serious about it, you don't lie or you have to make sure that's what you're saying.
No, it is not. I'm not lying. I am not lying because the thing is in your text, not in the Quran, okay, but rather in the hadith.
Okay. So
which are all accepted by the Muslims. Some of them does reject. Muslims need be rejected the hadith. Some of them need to. So a man Allah say obeware di amau amman kremo for me manu according to Muhammad no. One actually ma dodo na mubenya no which is 72 no. Or chere say a man Allah bebu omo special di amman kremo for me man. A man ye transparent. Where the hadith confirm. Okay. Inti mame fa hadith into so na yan kenkane hadi. Okay, so I mistake the hadith with the Quran. Okay.
I was having a poor network.
Okay, so any hadith in that one. This is Sahih al-Bukhari. Okay, the first authentic book. Men can say the second authentic book because the first authentic book of the Muslims in the Quran. The second authentic book, which all the Muslims accept, is Sahih al-Bukhari. Assembling at the home. Was it the prophet said the first batch of people will enter paradise, will be glittering like the full moon, and the batch next to them will be glittering like the most brilliant star in the sky. Their heart will be as if the heart of the single man, for they will have neither enmity nor jealousy among themselves. Everyone will have two wives from the Horus, who will be beautiful, pure and transparent. That the marrow of the bones, the marrow of their bones, okay, the marrow of their bones legs will be seen through the bones and the flesh.
So do that mean that, listen, do that mean that they are transparent? Wait, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Okay. So we are literature or school?
Dabi.
So there are certain words we say is just like parable or a proverb or something like that. He's saying they are who will be so beautiful and pure, transparent that the like the marrow of the bones of their legs will be seen through the bones and the flesh. Doesn't mean that the body or something which is transparent and you can see through. Is it common sense? Common sense will tell you that.
No, a literal translation, a metaphoric.
Listen.
Obe, a
Enti
metaphor
wo
now.
die yeti.
Na
Simple,
stress.
Mane
logic.
metaphoric.
Listen.
Mane metaphoric ni
Simple
hade.
logic.
Metaphoric ni enti.
Simple logic will tell you that they are those who are able, the ladies or the females who are able to them, they are what? They are clear. There are no lies. They are, everything is clear. Everything is transparent between everybody.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are no lies. It doesn't mean that the person is. Have you ever seen a human being who is having a transparent body? But they tell you that this person, he or she is transparent, meaning he has no secrets, he has nothing that he's hiding from or something like that. He's clear.
Okay.
Let's say
Okay.
figurative.
Okay.
It's very
Some
simple.
people just
So
say,
Very
hey,
simple.
Obi,
figurative.
Obi,
You
Obi,
don't
Obi,
take
Obi,
you
Obi,
don't take the
Obi.
hatred. You don't take the hatred you have for Islam to take certain things as that as if it is. No, you don't do that.
Mr. Literature, me pacha chere mu. The marrow of the bones of their legs will be seen through the bones and the flesh. As you say, chere mu ni hade. And also say metaphoric nti chere metaphoric in a woman ni hade. Yetio.
When you start reading the context
Me
from
pacha chere statement in money you start reading the context. Chere because we are messa kofa another proof sa dia be piu so. Me chere wo se bi nim dia meka. Enti chere wo dia chere hɔ ni mu. Ma yente o metaphoric or whatever you are trying to say. Chere mo ni
and
yente ase ne kofa
listen,
another proof
you
beto
should
am.
know that this body itself, is just a sun where we will leave it on this earth. But the body which will go up there is the spirit. It's the spirit.
When catch say mo botere heavy ho na mo kon mo fa body na beko.
Body bang.
O spirit in wait.
No,
O
they'll
spirit in
bury
Pato.
you.
O spirit in
Listen, when they bury you,
O spirit in
listen,
Okotie. And then I know man koda.
you have a soul. You have a soul in your body.
No, do you also have a dick? Do you also have a dick?
So
Do you also have a dick?
the one which is going to be judged.
Do you also have a dick? Obi, do you also have a dick?
Me pacho me
Look at
prove
what you
dia
are
chen
saying.
say Islam no. Me prove dia chen say
You see, we
Islam
are
no.
talking about
Omo de body
serious.
na beko.
We are talking about seriousness,
Obi.
and you are telling me this thing. You are asking me this thing.
Obin.
See,
Me
because
prove
you are
dia
going to
chen
sleep
say
with
Which part of
women.
the body?
You
Which
are
part
going to
of the
sleep with
body will be
women.
taken when we
Rich.
are
You are
dead?
going to sleep with
When
women.
listen,
Rich me pacho
why
obenya mo
won't it
tre
have a
yaman
dick?
boy me pacho.
Why wouldn't it have a dick?
Obin. Yan concentrate wo hadith na da so no. Me pese o kire me that statement ni mu. Na me ye clear. Na me di another evidence sa ba na wo kire mamiti. Enti kire the marrow of the bones of their legs will be seen through the bones of the flesh and asia ni say kire mo ni ahade.
Listen, I can say the way you understand it. Relax. I can say the
Wo
way.
kire mo te dia wo ti ase de ne kan ho asem.
I can
Dia wo
say
ti ase de kan ho.
the way you take this context, because this is my first time. Listen, this is my first time of seeing this hadith. So when you see something,
why do you argue say eyatro? This is your first time because we are converted. You just converted to Islam. You don't know anything about Islam. So okwa platform is where adia ba ko me country say menyi ho chinye da. Sa obeko platform so na ye kan Islam asem bi na wunnim na obeka sa atro. Enye bi da. Me di Islam so no me starting church we more than 10 years ni. But ya wa sembi na so obi kan wo Islam na minimu a menyi akinye minim but ge minim say in Islam no everything is possible.
For context need to see.
Kenkai na church yiti.
Okay, Kasa. I just want to do something.
Maybe advice na me dia ma no say okoto say obi kan Islam ho asem na onimu a enyi akinye. Opa ma me fa Oh, mama ha ye din. Mama ha ye din. Obin. What dani mumana?
What's it?
What still I ye tell one watch and I see you.
So now
The
what
maro.
kasa me say kasa meet you
There
there
be
come.
mistake. There be mistake question that me be sound and say the marrow of their bones, okay? The marrow of their legs will be seen through the bones and the flesh. I don't know a person a tear see. Why? What that Roma? Eat you.
Okay. Per me, from what I understand, from this context is that, and this is my first time of seeing this hadith. I admit that this is my first time of seeing this hadith. And you see in the brackets, he used the word transparent. In the brackets, he used the word transparent. And from how I understand it literally meaning that they are nothing like any negativity or any bad intention or something like that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you see, those people, they say when we are able to get to heaven or Jannah or paradise, the women are very, very beautiful and very at a normal young age. Nobody is old lady, old there, maybe old man or old man. Everybody is at the youthful age, which is very beautiful. So I think the hadith is talking about their beauty, the essence of like baby or man of anything other. It's me akwadru. So as I say what we are saying,
The marrow of their bones.
why they no phone. That's how I understand it.
Still, me that's looking at question. So the marrow of their bones, the marrow of their bones, the marrow of the bones of their legs will be seen through the bones and flesh. You know,
So literally, that's how I understand it, and that's my point.
Obin, you are wrong.
Very good. Thank you for my
Because per your explanation, what's it transparent now, my it's transparent and pure the same.
What's it?
It's transparent and pure the same.
Transparent and pure.
Yeah. I did the same.
Different words. They are two different.
Why did you explain the transparent like pure?
I don't know. When I was talking, I did not mention any pure.
No, you explained that transparent like you are explaining pure. Say they have no negativity and things. It's like pure. Your explanation you gave to the transparent, it's like pure.
So now, Obin, me must have a question. We'll say that is how you understand it. Anna Sankofans watch how he understand it. Now, what is the measurement, the standard? Yeah, you debe tuwoni Sankofa de no ho, no correct. Because you have given your understanding, so that is your perception, that is your view. Sankofa has given his view according to the reading, how he also understands it. And you are saying that he is lying. So what is the proof? Say, what dear, you are telling us the truth.
No, I'm not saying he is lying.
You said most of the things he has said is a lie. And I was like,
yeah, if you tell me that I said most of the things that he said is a lie, because I'm saying it is a lie because they take the thing out of context.
No.
But instead of you to read more about it, why the question is, why did they do this? Why is it like this? Why is it like this? When you ask this question always, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Because me right now, the task that is on me right now, I like to learn. The task on me right now is, okay, this hadith, I have taken note of it. So fine, I have to go and ask, okay, why is it like this? And what's the meaning of this? Why is he saying this?
Very good. Obin, me a question.
Like most of you were just insulting the Muslim religion, the Islamic religion.
No. You forget about that. You forget about that. Let's dwell on the intellectual discussion. Obin, dwelling on the intellectual discussion.
Can one person talk after the other? I'm not here.
Yes, I know, sir. Obin is interested in intellectual discourse than insult. That is very fine. That is very fine. But when it comes to intellectual discourse, discuss intellectually, yɛhwɛ no textually, na afei yɛhwɛ no historically. What was the background to this text? Yehu was saa book yi mu, whether it is hadith, whether it's Quran, whether it's Bible. Now, no, it is the hadiths and the Quran, no, and the focus of the discussion now.
Yes.
Into whatever text, message, what hadiths, and Quran, no, we want to know the backstory. What was happening at the time? Yente masa asim we ebaye. And ya kotu sankofa kotu baako sisia. Say this is the first time you have come across this, and you are interested in more of intellectual discussion, which will bring clarity to the matter. And now you are going to ask, who are you going to ask?
So right now,
the question, no. You say you are going to ask. To who are you going to ask?
There are a lot of scholars in Islam.
Very good. Now we know, say you are going to ask a scholar. And do you have to become a scholar before you can understand a message that a God is giving to people so that he can save them? And it's only scholars who can explain that message. And if that person is not close to any scholar, it means they cannot understand the message.
Oh, you can understand it. Why can't you understand it? You can.
But why are you going to ask a scholar before you explain to us?
They are people who know more.
No. Obey, you see, this is where. This is where. Obey, me. I'm making this last submission. This is where, in my opinion, Islam and the ideology behind it is short-changing people. HSA is synchrofo. Nyankopon bi de nasem ma adasa. Obese adasa no ti nasem na se na omu hu onu Nyankopon ni yie na omu tumi esom no. Nanso nasem no agi se nipa bi a omu de omu ye scholars. Enkoa na betimi a kirekire mu yie a kire adasa no. Ene sa nipa no omu ye den no omu te ase.
If the scholars
it will take only scholars to explain Onyankopon nasem. Your best of the matters. My question, no.
I don't want to take it to. I'm trying to say that. Obi wo ho a onimade esene me. Obi wo ho so so a minimade esene no. It's fine. Wait. My first time I remember that. Watch me. Hadith. Wait. So as you say, my first time watch me say hadith.
What the mama me musa no one question.
Me person me kase. We first time. Ana all kasa no. Mama me hu say. The entire mama me join in here. Say I was just scrolling and I was just hearing the ways Oheneba and some of you were just insulting.
Said forgive that one. Let's come to the
right now, Mr. Happy. Right now, Mr. Happy.
The discussion.
Right now, Mr. Happy is saying.
Oh, ni para na di kanye no.
Right now, Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy is saying that. Mr. Happy is saying that they want to know the story for this hadith or something. So right now I want to know, Sangofa. So what is the background story for this hadith?
That is, I know
because wasn't in some out na tro. And this obese usu free ho.
And my one. Mohammed
say no approve me ashram say onim bibi sna me ti sa de we no de akire me no or say or the say na wo kan say or say the background story, what happened historically before this thing. So I want to ask him, so what happened historically before this? We are all learning, right? So I want to know what happened.
Muhammad the buyer no. Okay, when Muhammad was there no. Was a baby was the stable paradise at the chair. A man, okay. According to the Quran, no. Allah be worry. Edi amakremu ni be mebia or benya heaven ako or be worry the amano. So some of them were eager to know a madu do say no mubenya, a man what is saying, ɛdeɛ na ɛmo kɔ heaven hɔ ɛbɛsie. Okay, ebi mu busa even ye kɔ heaven hɔ a yɛbɛnya nsa nom anaa yɛbɛnya namawe yɛbɛnya fruit odi. All these things were question na ɛbaa Muhammad hɔ ɛma Muhammad kyerɛkyerɛ paradise ni mu to extent sɛ ɔka sɛ heaven koraa no ɔmo bɛnya nsa a yɛde kamfa ahyɛ. That ayah is in the Quran. Ɔmo bɛnya nsa a yɛde akekaduro ahyɛ. That ayah is in the Quran. Okay, ɔmo bɛwe akokɔ nam.
Sangofa, the all canning now. The all canning now. Mammy for when you not was the all canning now. My follow. So it is on your raining now, say, or then sunny way come for Bishop New. I don't know what their friends say. Verses no. As I know more medium.
Oh, and the open could met me the 2 says, yeah, me I can kai. On very akonam.
Me pese or the 2 medium because
okay, no problem. Yeah, inbox me. What follow me? Who inbox me? Verses no and someone
to me and tonight friends.
Okay, entity.
Omowe nsana so ombetu akosoro eno so ni mana ombetu akosoro obeto from ana be so what ya be show by
be so do obe chi na akoye muslim anana nsana
obe wonim say Islamic heaven ho no ye wa pavilion e wo ho pavilion wonim say ye pavilion ho
odi obi achi o odi obi achi
Islamic heaven ye wa pavilion
ya wo ya tue frɛ wo ben wo so se me ko ya arab ni
your pavilion according to Muhammad no every corner of the pavilion no because Quran can pavilion no ho asem enti Muhammad no odengoma ne ba ye no won e be kire dwumadi a pavilion ni be di no heaven ho wo ma gate ase say pavilion ho no they will be ye be chene a mawo every corner of the pavilion which Muslims men will go around having sex with them. And if other person is having sex with his companion, the other in the other corner will not see the other person in that corner. So they will be chaining women around the corner of the pavilion, which Muslims men will go around having sex with them.
Islamic heaven there en kwasiasemo Jimmy when e ka na won tiase
red light district
Jimmy abrabo a obo ne ha Nyankopon pe no eno na o se e ko ba kire no
Dwaman insaburo
kwasiasemo a yempe no ha no yempe na asase ko isu no eno na okoko ba kire ko gunu no
enye nkere mosom kora nka nim si etimi de I kamfa kora hye nsanom kamfa etimi de kamfa hye nsanom
asembe kurani kurani abrabo enkrofo bono asase su e wo arab man mu a yebetwa ne ti yebetwa ne kote yebetwa ne nsa no sa abrabo no wo mu no heaven no wo mu no Nyankopon ne se oba ho a obenya ne free
eno ano
many of them especially those
Muhammad we tutuni pa no tutuni pa
oh yeah Muhammad na tutuni o tutuni
achadia o ma emema nyina eye mankwan ema enti ekra we kramoni a utu se we tutuni
na meka so bi ekramoni bi a tutuni
achadia ema
na ebiana
tutuni
ebia no dia kwanya to ba kwanya to ba ho san ne Shiafo etumi anya akukuduro preachi aye ho hadisi di ye nkyerɛkyerɛ ma ɔmo nkorɔfo sɛ wobetimi afambol akora wo ye breastfeed no an infant ye breastfeed no wobetimi afambol na no ana rubbing your penis through his stars kopem sɛ wo baby easy
Asha crying Jimmy Asha say na
Muhammad di sadwen ne hye wo mutiri mu ama amani padodo na no aye sex addicted
pedophiles
having sex
it enkramofo no ura nkramosu mu a ese someone na je wadwene na da oti yi film de
agbe be pass comment back
na bagin fufu enti wudimi
wo say another time come in mama pass the comment back quick one. It's good that Sankofa you are enlightening the people and other people. We are all learning. Me half of the family in Kromofo. Me papa ko are Kromoni. Tini ma aside ni na Kromofo. Nti my best friend is here Kromoni. So is a religion. It's kind of it's associated ebenye. So sometimes ote ene me be associate. Sometimes no more doing come out me explaining ene me be so chrom kakra then we are opening ni yeni for any maybe. You pass the comment say I think someone passed a comment and say dentina near my ye was as we so enya ye twin so an why kwakwe. And I may person me say no is as is a tie, is a brain tie. Adibia ye dia chiche wadwen say the be ya ye ka say kokum obi na wu obekwa kokum nipa kro awu because unim say what transas so obedi ya obebre stress niema bebre ba wu na okodu ho asa niema na ya ka to ho no easy peasy.
Yes.
Sometimes obi ha na adwen nyina no so opese okoy onya akonya koye experience saa de ne pe o de no ho beba kra sem pese mkokum me de bom hye me ho kokum kofo na me ko obi ho abrabom say sometimes even Ghana obi otimi wie school no onya adwuma nye na stress o hu de oye no ho sa stress na eba nipa ko no nipa no dwen sa all this rewards a woman and say otimi kra at the volunteer no say me pese me be kan me ho na me kokum obi me wu a minim say me ko instead of me stressing me ho I'll go and kill myself and get all the rewards. I mean, a big deal, a big issue for you know, because it's a over Islam ideology is a number game. Oh sankofa, over worry bako, over mienu miensa, wa wabro so afo. But kemuni ever worry a ma 5, 4. Ono obi abe obi a 5 5 6 6 7 7. Se ka se nipa baako e me face wo one na busia me face onu abusia on be bu afa so. So it's a number game. Yeah. All what is happening is a number game, and a man so him say naturally a fat sex hono. Or the konaya we will sacrifice everything for sex. Yes. Everything. Bema nyame is a designer.
And the main reason
is serious.
The main reason Kuraba Muhammad timide conquer sa Mecca for in that pre-Islamic time na a man a war authority over sex. Okay. Omono de na ye sa ade na kura Muhammad adopte eba enkremusum ni mu some of them now still practice it. Utuyetika ema oba na oba no ne wada according to the scholars no edwamammo no ne se oba ama be ma afa na wanye ne hwe woye oba a wo twempena ana se oba be ma be fa na wone ne betena wonye ne hwe wo twempena na wo bo adwama be se be ma fa wo na wotua wo ka enye bone ema be ma no na enye bone mamba no pre-Islamic time no na eye ma ni momu na offer sex inti se be ma kora no ba ne ho na u betua ne sika dia ma na wo pesa wone ne da yisa wo be ma no ho ye na kono so na sex ho de de ma mema no wo meka nti Muhammad ba ya obema sa akonya no ma mema no dodo na atumrika kodi na chi no wo de wo mkọ akon a ma no wo benya no akon ni mu no na eye akonya dem da ho ma wo se sa ma no wo betimi edi wo maka ma afọ no wo benya no. So that kind of sex thing ma mema ni dimika be wura so mu ni mu ma Muhammad timi conquer fast enti no ohunu se sex na ya ade a mema ni di hu nti se me de hye wo mo gbo wo heaven a ebe mo wo di bone kra de amaso no tin what is sex na hye wo mo gba kopem se that is mutual marriage me da se sex na hye wo mo gba kopem se mema no ebe di bumu a even heaven na kra no the certificate according to the Quran to gain heaven without judgment. I say ubekun ubekwa kokun ama Allah na ubekun nipa ama Allah na si ubekun ama Allah and no yet the certificate to gain paradise without judgment. Intina suicide bombers na eda o makuma so.
Meanwhile, you to say heaven or young ware. But almost because a certificate demand money so sad.
So worry no. Now in a day you know I can say no jano. That's the muta. Yeah. That's the muta.
And you say be a worry, and you say be a and you say be a worry no and a wojano muta and say one oba na Shia. Okay, one who oba no ebia one oba na kwa agreement say oh ebia me tu kwan ana krom ha na me wono me ni ready but me ni sika me de be worry temporary but me pese me ne wo ko that mutual agreement no Ebia me no be da be 3 days ana be 2 days ana bia be 1 month say na wo be jeme na oba na agye atum se bia se wo ne be da 1 month amaji wo bia be 1000 Ghana cedis na oba ne gitum na wo be ma ne so gitum na wo yi sika na de ma oba no for that 1 month sex no a wa ware oba no
Olosho,
that 1 month no wa ware oba no okay enti after that 1 month no na wagya oba na manko oba ne sa wo be ma no o mo odwaman oba ne nso mo odwaman omo friend mutual your friends mutual marriage it
Can
is
you
in
imagine
the
this?
Quran enti Islam so ne so aha Islam so ne so
Olosho. Ne maame owo nansa na aja ne papa wu ansa na maame wo no. Ne papa ne maame
ah
nyense no. Ono so apene so na ya koso. Olosho ashawo. O maame ashawo, papa ashawo. Ne ba ashawo.
Serious. We say Muhammad won. Wa boda mo ba oye smart because the way I started Islam na called Jew for the honor na they rejected him no. Oh no, yeah, fast call other side. Oh yeah, he planned the thing very well. He planned the thing very well. And but the program no she share, you know. Everything is working for him, even though he's dead and gone. I mean, he said by this time, Christ, I said, Christ, he trying him, but I will be Osher. But he programmed the thing very well.
oh ke
Seriously.
Muhammad no da bia me ma ka sa asem we say pen say Muhammad did a marvelous job
Well, serious.
ha wotimi build a company for ne man a enipa 2 billion eto sa de no every Arabs ne ho ema wo mutumi nya every year bia no mama tamada say every year bia no so mo ko haja wo mo nya kwa not more than $100 billion wo munya
Yes.
estimate ni be $120 billion wo munya
Yes.
so a company bia Mohammed planning the well hu ye say nyame so ya de nipa ni gye ho ye de hye nyankopon nipa beto ye memo hanso so ye wo tourist attractive yi bi wo ha no mo a
Version.
dom free Arabia Peninsula ye hajj na wo mo ba so ye claiming ade ni to be nyankopon ade a people will enjoy it okay enti yenya ni bibi sa said ye be ya bosonsom no ye be reform no ye be ye no something e be ye kama de amani pani be je ho mo beto ade no enti Mohammed succeeded ena ampa woye ade na enne ama enne Saudi man no making more money from this abosonsom no than any other resort
Seriously, because
just within
what's it?
1 month
Hey,
no nya $120 billion
Muhammad is smart. Omo kon kind omo ko even an ata we no blast
God
to
and
this.
so wako
Blast to
nsuo
the
no
this.
nso no wako 1.5 ambotimi dia start
Mecca
Mecca.
but
Omo ko
me
na
pro
nkofo no
why ma me pro life nso ay ma
esum nkofo no sum ebobo no dada. E no kan say mo obi ansum ade we. E no no ko bae e no be kisi ye. E na nkofo satisfy. Can you imagine at the judgment day, ebenya ni, ebenya no, ebenya so, na kasa momo. Hey, we kwate we he?
nkremosomo di omo hwene omo ketrema omo kote omo ni omo aso omo nipadua ne ba bia benya ano akasa e de adi adanse ama omo judgment day omo
Who does that?
training omo kote omo tunum omo hwa omo mawre omo aso ba bia benya ani abedia
So come do what? No come do so. Like, Iradi. Who did not once not talk? Ijuanuma, Fanny Num. Like, what you want? Tiase.
always one people
Eh? Why? What's your boy? We say in the 7 days. We say 8 days. Like, Allah no, like who does or be creating a home or my ponko Janet Sana ponko no sweaty yeah and Allah creating no fee sweating and other command the pen
Sakofo.
and a pen Troy like
Sakofo. Me Alhaji Bandi.
me patch
Ah, I am me Alhaji Bandi. Oh, Sankofa. Makarang tara.
sa
Out to me,
Allah will cleanse them
Quran Munu.
from the sweat of a whore. Masa,
Uncle
me depend
Macalantada.
on what you want. Me depend on
Ah,
what you want.
which
Now what say Allah Allah
sorry.
Allah creating home by sweat.
More Asante, no more Quran Masam. Quran Yachona Asante. Quran Yachona Asante. Quran Yachona Asante. Musra Nama Asante Moka Quran Masa. Quran Yachona Asante. Ah, won't Arabo, won't Arabic. Oh, Kao Chere Quran. Ah,
Allah
won't
Away
Arabic.
Arab.
Uchan.
Away Arab niana.
I'm Arab in the same Monsieur Casano. Monsieur Quran. Oh, Arab in our chair Quran. My Munafiki for a Jamono. What China Muba can some Biama and you had the corporation. Commissioner Papa.
Me ya Arab.
Commissioner Papa.
Me ya Arab ni. Me ya Arab ni. Me past life na me Muslim. Intimate.
We infano. We Arab. If we are Santini. If we are Arab.
Past life.
Yako Jina. Yabenum and Sabia, Yade can fire. Emma, Yabenya Mono. When you tremo, na would yashim, Yame be my quarter din. Yayomo. Oko heaven, yes, we heaven when ye be.
What Chinese is here?
I tell me started the teachings about Islam. Almost by 11 years ago. Me fancy 10 million 11 years. Now many Ghana for boys been a war. I no man know more Muslims. So no more by me fear because that time no. Now I was a Christian, so now I'm about be debating me with the Christianity and Islam. And I'm a busa about say. Yeah, Christopher, you have me a Bible not describe what the actually they acquire binya, they acquire by ye. Momo heavy or no more qua a dear by a dear na mubinya. Muslim Nasama or country man. Me wouldn't feed that or say, one more heavy honor. A dear ye was a see soa, ye see a year boneno, and one more call heaven or mobile quack or ya a honor and ye bonnet. Now me say, wow. And
What is the
Momo
logic
heavy
of it?
honor. One year was I see so Namuko didn't know heaven or and was say, aye. This is a Muslim guy and I can't ask a nature. And that is the part. Oh, dear Abraba, Enya Brabopa, ye konomonsa, ye kowinam, ye kodiche, ye kodi any Islamic heaven, ye or market or every Friday be Allah beba be Shia or market hono or becorono. There are images of men and women. The which of image now when you you transform with the image. Now what you imagine, then you transform to that, you transform and get the body of maybe that image. Say be away a bear man, maybe I will cut it, maybe I have one out coin, cut it shop. And a Friday will call market. You will bear my image. See,
Opeso winya ponko de yakra winya ponko.
yes, what I want to say, I bear my image, you know. Ne cut in a sunche over the no. Not what imagine then you transform. Now bear manua benya sa image na ekuta image na ewa Islamic market hono. Now bear man kwa akonya.
Mohammed in Kola dream no or baby and Bibiana. Obi molesting and I
any part of the year casa wa bodam. Any part in the year casa wa bodam.
Wickedness. Na sample for can say or you smart or you smart to Arab Peninsula no pre-Islamic time no. Omo ye widifo a omo to shenko fo su kunku omo ji omo niema.
Don't want that no say Mohammed yes.
Enti saa suban na wo mumu na no de be wura or de be create saa asom no.
Enti angels no money die and so like so do you know that hadith?
Angel
Sakofa only sa hadith no. And kofobi and then die some other thing you know. Zoot said that.
Hadith.
You find it tuning now. Mohammed, you find it tuning now. Serious.
None way again. Muhammad said you again because hadith was wow. na wɔne ne nkurɔfoɔ nam na aberanteɛ baako ɛnan kɔtwii ne serɛ ho na Muhammad ɛho sɔre no bie ne serɛ ho de kyerɛ aberanteɛ
Mohammed was say you ready. Akoya say.
Obie ne serɛ ho de kyerɛ no de sɛ wɔka ne tirim sɛ ala wobɛdi me to ana
There was a demon so say abofo omo ne da say 3 say 5 omo ne da is amade chi oso na have there were week. Hey, like you know that saying.
You know that's very bizarre.
It's like
Yeah, but you couldn't know.
Mohammed, akwe oye fun papa odi na tem so no to say
Sankofa adis bi ka say nadamfo pin won na yiri wiye enti ne kunu adi yemu no na o ka che ne say nadamfo no ka che Muhammad say oye na adwon say opɛ oba bi a ono so ne kunu we gya na wonyini na one ne atena for ne mba na hwɛ ne nti ebefi Muhammad ano a o say de no mpa akwala ketwa a no betuma atena wo so emiemia o de ho akwa up and down no am of fresh adis no
Muhammad ka say on young girl ma won kopɛ obi a ono no woye obisa no on pay young girl a obetimi atena ne so wotwi no adis no sa Muhammad yon de na nkura di meba nkura di na nkata na ye Muhammad de ne koti mu ye ne da ma akire ni trumba ye ne de na afi wodi ni tunu mu nyina onye papa ebe yende wo me fancy anyumre ne asa beto a anyumre ne asa beto a ebe yende
I show ba wa show
to
ba show board shit
abusia na be say Shia ni me wa
na ju wa me chance obi a wo papa wuye 4 years asa na ya wo
ya tono you o je risho kubeta mo ni mami for 4 years as in ami
abusia to come to Shia na bro anyumre ya anyumre say nti mo ame famu nsi ya wa anyumre be say makara obi baba